Copy paste.
Hey, this is Coach's Corner. We are live.
Come on.
On how important do you think 7-on-7 is to you from your point of view?
I think it's more for the offense side of the ball.
Right, and that's how you want to keep it into that system where they know that at some point I want to be the star at Eastside. I want to be the star at
Your head coach does it for you. I feel you're just spending extra money for a recruiting service.
Hey, can I piggyback off that real quick?
Yeah, definitely. What's up? What's up? We back. Another segment of Coach's Corner. Did you miss me? It's been a while. Like I said, we've had a couple of birthday, holiday celebrations. Your boy getting a little older. 4-4. You already know it's that time of the year. Sad season. You already know. So everybody, if I'm a little wild, a little turned up, birthday celebration, I'm still feeling it. You feel me, D. Smith? It's still turned a little bit. You know what I mean? So,
Yes,
but
sir.
like I said, thank you everybody tuning into the Coach's Corner. We are live this week with some real special guests. As you can see, I got a couple of 7-on-7 homies in here. It's that time of the year. Got some training stuff going on. It's that time of the year, off season. Football is over, so now we got to prepare ourselves for the next season. Got some guys going to tell you some stories about how it was throughout their recruiting and their high school process to where they are right now. All I always like to say is make sure we stay diligent, stay focused, keep it grinding, keep your head down. Some days gonna be good days, some days gonna be bad days. Just keep pushing. You feel me? So that's how it goes. But obviously, I gotta let everybody introduce themselves. You already know who I am. Donald Massey, the head of Driven Minds, pretty much run a nonprofit organization up here in New Jersey where we do more mentoring, training, 7-on-7 stuff, not really college touring, and stuff like that, pretty much, and DM recruiting. So we're gonna be doing a lot of that. You're gonna hear more about that later on. Again, but just me just trying to make sure I got a lot of stuff going, a lot of community service activities we got coming up soon too. And that's just what we do here in the DM, all right? Driven minds. Make sure they push their minds to the greatness that's pinned up inside of them. Now, passing this mic off to the homie, the engineer, Sam Sports. B, let's go.
Sir, how you doing?
Go.
I'm the CEO of Sam Sports Multimedia Network. No, I'm just a guy. Just a guy. All right. I put the shows together, run the shows, execute everything. All right. Sam Sports on every social media site you can find around, up, down, or sideways.
And that's how it goes. He always being modest. But again, Sam Sports is definitely our big live engineer who runs having a brain fart. He runs networks every week, every day. So make sure y'all tune into what he has going on. Kill, what you got for me?
What's up? What's up? Kill Daniels, head of Fourth Quarter Elite. Do a little bit of coaching, do a little bit of training, but we heavy in the 7-on-7 program. Ready to get the season started, and we're ready to rock.
And that's how it rolls. Now, like I said, I got a couple other guests. My main guest, he always gonna roll in here late. Y'all know how my man Mr. Sheed do. He probably gonna have his guest appearance start state championship rolling in the background, whatever. But let's talk about it. Stark Elite, tell me about yourself. Let's go for it.
What's up, man? I'm probably one of the youngest coaches in Baltimore City, but I take pride in what I do, as in like learning offenses, learning defenses, trying to like outdo the norm. Like normally, people my age will go to college, play some ball. But me personally, I couldn't really have that experience, even though I did have the skill to do it. I really couldn't have that experience. So I'm just teaching the kids to not make the same mistake I did and really pushing them and digging into their head. So I've run Stark Elite 7-on-7 national travel team based out of Baltimore, and my overall goal is just to help the kids out, do something positive for the community.
Awesome, awesome. And like I love that using your life experiences to make sure to help these other young men that make a left could go a wrong way, make the right go the right ways. You feel me? So definitely big things I see coming out of the DMV. I love having a young coach, dog. Like Kill will tell you, I'm a big fan of the young guys. You feel me? The energy that you bring to the table, the knowledge that you bring to the table from the outlook from what your eyes can see again from what guys have been coaching for a while. It's definitely gonna be, a big deal. Make sure we stay in touch. D Smith, come on, baby, come through. Do your thing.
Man, how everybody doing, man? Donald Smith the third. Right now I'm at Bethany College in West Virginia. Played high school ball at Dunbar, two-time state champion, undefeated in my varsity, my varsity career, 26-0. Went to Morgan out of high school. Just things
Mhm.
didn't work out. Transfer had a good year in my redshirt freshman year, but trying to look for another home. You know what I mean? Take over
Right.
someplace else, someplace bigger.
Nice, nice, nice. So like you guys can see, man, we got a great show, great panel on here. You know what I mean? We're gonna definitely jump into the young brothers first. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause we got a nice live show. We're gonna talk about state of college football. So that's why your conversation, what I'm saying, D, is gonna be important to what we're gonna be talking about. We're also gonna be talking about reclass, and what some pros and some cons about that today. Obviously, in our DM recruiting segment, we're gonna analyze some guys' film, see what they look like, just giving our unbiased opinions towards what they looks like, what they need to do. And so what else we're gonna talk about? Then we're gonna probably talk about this college football playoff. Hell, why not, right? I mean, some people saying Bama should have been in. Some people saying Miami. Well, the Knights have been seeing Heisman Trophy in there, right? But they gave us what they gave us, and looked like those teams that was on the road should have stayed their ass home. But it is what it is. Like I said, let's start it off with, like I said, hey Don, let's get into it. Like you said, come out of Dunbar. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
That's
sir.
a big town school. You know what I'm saying? Serious things going down in there. Now, just for the guys that's watching, like I said, I got a lot of young kids that probably tuning in. I got some parents tuning in. So now, just pretty much give me a synopsis, basically a summary on what you kind of had to do from the high school, like coming into high school as a freshman to your senior year. What was that travel like? What was your journey like?
Well, I really bounced around in Pop Warner. I didn't really have a real set program to come up in. I just got a lot of coaching, you know what I mean, from my years in Pop Warner. Football really, it was a thing that you do, you know what I mean, every day you go to practice coming out of school, you know what I mean, playing the games on Saturday mornings, but it just wasn't a real, you know what I mean, life until you got to high school. Freshman year, I played JV, played in all the games. It was just a little shaky, and then COVID came, and I don't know, we just had a great group of guys in that 2023 class, and we just stayed together through COVID. Everybody worked out, everybody stayed focused. You know what I mean? Nobody didn't, veer off of the path, and stayed
Mm-hmm.
strong junior and senior year, and just hard work.
So,
That's really all I can say is hard work. You know what I mean?
mhm.
Everybody pulled through in the grades. A lot of guys went to a lot of places, a lot of good homes, and making an impact in college football right now.
Okay, okay. So like you said, clearly I'm hearing it right. Serious off season in the weight room, serious off
Absolutely.
season academically, right? Let's see. Bonding with your team, getting that stuff
hmm
together. You guys play 7-on-7 together too during the off season, or a little bit just
Uh,
separating yourselves out.
I know a lot of us play with one motion. We play with one
Okay,
motion sports. Some guys bounced around other places, but we just stayed together. You know what I mean? Just having
hmm
that brotherhood that really made a
right.
difference on the field.
Nice, nice. Now you had to pick that school. You picked Morgan, I believe, first, right? Is what you said?
Yes, sir.
Right. So now you figure with that recruiting process, how'd you come up with that decision that Morgan was going to be it?
It was stressful. It was definitely stressful. Really coming out, finishing my senior year, because I was a late bloomer. I feel like, you know what I mean, my senior year film really was just a better year. So I got recruited a little late. I had one D2 offer going into my senior year from
Mhm.
Wayland, but they never really talked to me. So after the season, I just got a lot of the PSAC, a lot of CIAAs, a lot of these D2
Mhm.
schools that was great programs that was, I mean, good landing spots. But I
Mhm.
think January 28th, because the signing date was February 1st. So January 28th,
Right.
I took a Morgan State visit. Coach Wilson, you know what I mean,
Mhm.
told me I had a full ride, and it was just, it don't matter what else it was just the money part of it was perfect. So
Okay.
I committed on the
Okay.
spot, and that was that. But I was supposed to go to Millersville if I didn't get that Morgan opportunity. I was gonna go to
Mhm.
Millersville University, but
That's a solid. The Millersville D2, right? And PA, I
yes,
think. Yeah, that's a good
hmm
one. Okay,
yeah,
okay. So look, I like it. I like it, man. Because that recruiting process can be stressful. I
it was
mean,
a,
your,
it was a
your
lot.
situation, definitely sitting there looking at getting grim, right? Not a lot of homes, not a lot of people calling this stuff. I'm hoping some of the
Yeah.
seniors now that's tuning in understand that even though your name ain't get called, just be patient. Name might get called. You know what I mean? Just stay
You just
focused,
gotta
stay
be
locked
patient to
in.
the end. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like people gotta understand with the recruiting process is all a business. Like college football is all a business, especially when you're dealing with money, when you're dealing with athletic scholarships. You know, you're not saying you're not a person. Your coach is obviously gonna build a bond with you, but it only so much that you know what I mean. They can hold your hand. You know what I mean. You
Right.
gotta grow up. You gotta get mature if you have that money, especially over your head, because it's gonna get brought up every time you're not doing what you're supposed to do. You know, we paying you to do this, so you can't be late to
Yep.
meetings. You can't be late to practice. You know what I mean? We paying
Man.
had putting you in a big opportunity. So I feel like guys just gotta understand that if you coming out of high school, if you're in the transfer portal, like it's all a face. It's all what you can do for a coach. You can't really make it personal because you never gonna get nowhere. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You never gonna get nowhere if it's personal. You gotta just
Right.
treat it as business.
So let's
Right.
talk
Right.
about Morgan.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
So I came in
They
in the
smiling now
summer.
and shit.
Yeah, because
I came
you
in
got
the
the
summer.
inside scoop and you put my man
Yeah.
on the spot. You was having a good run right now. Let's go, D man. Go ahead, let her have it.
It's a lot hit and I was just immature. Just was young. I got hurt coming into fall camp. So from so we had I went into the second summer session July the 4th, and I got hurt like the 28th of June. So about a week before I went up to Morgan. And
Mm,
I don't just my mind wasn't there. The injury kind of clouded my mind. You know what I mean? Morgan, a lot of lights, a lot of girls. It was a lot of distractions
mhm.
everywhere. So I
And
just
you
felt
from
like I just
Baltimore, right?
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
So
from Baltimore,
you
so it was
you
hard.
you home and you grown. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
well, I wasn't grown. I had to
That's
learn
tight
that
tough.
fast. I wasn't
It,
grown. I
it
was still a
kill.
kid.
It kill. That's tight tough. First time out the house. Big man on campus now. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
and then
struggle
just
all
not
by
getting to
Oh,
be
for
itself.
able to,
sure.
yeah, just not be able to get in the
Okay.
field either. Just watching and sitting back, it was just messing with my mental. But fall was a little bad. You know, I just had to regroup. In the
Hmm.
spring, turned everything around. Had a good spring ball. Had a good winter workout. Winter workout session. Got my grades back up. I was eligible to play for this past fall. And
Hmm.
as I said, it's all about a value thing. It's all about money. So I was on scholarship and then I lost it going into the spring. And as I was told, they said if I got eligible, I would get my money back. But as
Okay.
that time came around, that opportunity wasn't available
Yeah.
no more.
Yeah.
So I felt like that was a little, you know what I mean, knock at me, or I felt like it was a little I guess you can say
Was
unfair.
disloyal.
But yeah, unfair,
Hmm.
unloyal, but I had to grow up and I had to understand if I paid for this guy's, you know what I mean, money and this guy's scholarship and everything, and he's not doing what he's supposed to do, how
I'm
can
gonna
I
move
trust
forward.
him? How can I
Hmm.
trust him on the field, or how can I trust him to get the call in a big game, third, fourth quarter? So it's just
Right.
little things that I had to understand, and I just felt like things didn't go my way. In the summer, they just played their hand. They I wasn't on the fall camp. I wasn't on the fall camp roster, but it was just like out of nowhere. I was in the summer. I was coming. I was working out. I was good, and just
Hmm.
out of nowhere, like in spring ball, I was with the twos and the threes. In the spring game, I
Right.
was with the twos and the threes. I had a good spring game and all. It was just They kind of pulled. They just need a new guys. Transfer portal. You know what I mean? Them outlier guys get flushed out.
Kickbacks.
They get flushed
Some
out.
D1
So
kickbacks there. You got that going on. You got some guys, like you said, the trust thing is in the air. So I definitely get what you're saying. No conversation. It's interested though. Just left you out there to figure out on your own.
Yeah, well, with the fall camp, me not being on fall camp, that wasn't a conversation. But after I saw that, I had a conversation with all my coaches, and it was just like a level, I guess, a disappointment. You know, they knew what type
Right.
of player that I could have been. You know what I mean? On the field, I showed flashes. It was just off the field, I wasn't the person that they needed me to be at. You know what I mean? I just wasn't there yet. But yeah, I transferred and yeah.
A little bit of bullshit, but we get it. But it's the business, like we said. You know, at the end of the day, they trying to figure out ways to make their investment to be the right investment. So we get it, like you said. So now, with that happening, you already got to make a pivot now, right? I got to figure another school out. How did you go about that process with getting to another location?
So I had some city guys that went down to Bethany College and played for them in the 2023 season, and I was just with a trainer, DB Land, Coach DB Land, and I was working out with him while I was in my summer session at Morgan, and as you know what I mean, transitions happen and things happen with Morgan. I just felt like, I mean, I asked about the opportunity. I asked to speak to the coach. It was a weak safety room. The money was pretty good, $2,500 for the whole year. So looking at it, I felt as if Morgan was going to just sit me down and have me just develop in a year that I was going to burn because I already burnt my red shirt last year. So it's just, I'm thinking, okay, if my eligibility at stake, I need to play. I need to get on. I need to get on the field eventually. I can't just sit back.
Right.
So I just made a decision to, I guess, bet on myself and just go and just trust my skills and know that if I get on the field, I can, you know what I mean, I can wake people up. I can open some eyes.
Okay, that's what's up right there. Anybody got something for my guy?
No, I just did this the way you just presented all this to everybody. I'm real proud of you for understanding or admitting to where you fucked up at. Because me and you had conversations about this, and we went back and forth about this a few times. Because after your mother cussed you out and shit, and called me and tell me to cuss you out and shit. But you know what I mean? Like we went back and forth. But I'm for you standing on here admitting where you fucked up and you had to get better and all that, sir. Shout out to you. Kudos to you, sir.
Got
ice cream on me next time I see you.
Ice cream.
I got one question.
Go ahead. What you got, sir?
I got one question. Did you I know you talked about off season working out grades while you was in high school. Did you attend any camps? And if you did, what were the best camps to attend for guys that's trying to get these offers going into their senior or junior season?
Yeah, definitely. I had a lot of camps. I would say really go to camps that want you to come out. Don't go to a Maryland camp if you never had a Maryland coach talk to you. Don't go to a camp where they're not looking, because they're only looking at 5-6 guys. Everybody else is really just money. It's just really just to get the admission, but they only looking at 5-6 guys that they called to come up here. Or mega camps. I went to a Kent State mega camp. A lot of coaches, there's a lot of opportunities out there, 30, 40, 50 coaches, eyes on you. And I say camp, don't take it lightly. A camp could really change your life. You go in there, make some plays in front of the right eyes. You know what I mean? You can get some room.
No, that's a good question though, because you got a lot of different camps. Everybody's saying this is a exposure camp, this camp, that camp. So no, that's definitely a great question. I'm glad you answered the way you answered it, because people waste time by making
people would think you just got to have one good season and eyes are instantly be on you. Not the case.
Right, which ain't the case. But, it's like I said when you was talking earlier, when I said, okay, I'm hearing bonding, I'm hearing off season. It's all together. So I got to be put together, And then what I'm also gonna say is, I like what you said about making sure the coach know that you there. Go to the camp where coach know, all right, he said pull up. Cool.
Yeah.
You gotta listen real close, because a lot of coaches will be throwing out that food. yo, come to the camp. Yeah, come to the camp. Yeah, come to the camp. So like you just said, you're trying to roll in those numbers. So, but you'll know when that coach wants you to come in because he's gonna have a
Multiple
different type of
emails,
vibe.
multiple text messages.
Right,
Checking
right.
up on
Like,
your
are
arm.
you
I already know the
coming? You
deal.
sure you
Yeah.
coming? Like, come on, what we gonna do to get you here? I got this guy here, and then you know what? When you get to the camp, you'll know you got really invited because you
Yeah.
work out over there. Like the rest of the camp, see over here, and she be like, yo, you over here. We got to see you against something special. So definitely, that was definitely good stuff there. Kill, what you got? Kill you up.
And not only that, right? Because making a presence on the field is one thing, but you also want to speak up. Coach, I'm blah 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 from blah blah blah. Right? They want to hear. They want that. They want you to, promote yourself. Right? This is your time. You're getting evaluated on everything. Right? So you want to go up to whatever coaches you see there, go introduce yourself, speak up, right? Look them in their eyes, shake their hand firmly, right? Do all those little things because it adds up, right? Make your presence known, right? Hop in the front of those lines. They want to see that. Lead those lines, right? When a coach say who's going first, be that guy that goes first. Now don't get up there and mess up, right? Go out there and handle business, but they like to see those certain things. So definitely going to those camps. And another thing is, going with the people get it messed up going to these big camps. I always tell my younger guys, 8th graders, freshmen, you go to those bigger camps, get that experience, right? How camps work. Once you start to get to that sophomore, junior year, start to dial back how big the camp is and go to like you said, the colleges that are interested in you, colleges that are showing you love, right? As you start to get older, those bigger camps, unnecessary waste of time, waste of money, right? When you're younger, you could do that because you're just getting the experience, right? As you get older, that's when you want to start to dial it back,
narrow it down,
narrow it down,
like
exactly where you're looking, right? So that was a good point that you made too.
Chi, what you got for me?
Yeah, I kind of got on late with hearing the young man speak, but staying on the topic with the camps is just really just doing your research on the type of camps you're going to. So let's say like a Rutgers is holding a camp. A lot of the times, the lower level schools will be at the camp. The Monmouths, the Delawares. So that type of thing. So you may not be on the Rutgers radar, but you can get the eyes of those lower level coaches that's at these camps as well. So it's just doing your research on who's at these camps when it comes to going to these different types of camps.
And again, another good point there. Some point in case you at this camp, and no, the Rutgers coaches ain't calling, but the guys that's working you out are D1, AA's, D2, some JUCOs, and you need, if you're an older guy, you need to be putting yourself up there, talking to these guys, introducing yourself, like you said, Kill, speaking up. You know what I mean? If you are an older guy, try to have a lot of information with you. You know what I mean? Might want to have an unofficial copy of transcript. Might want to have, a Google, what they call it, just QR code that can show your huddle link and everything else right then and there. These are the things that could help you out. But like she said, don't just go there and just. I caught that. I was 5 out of 5. I'm out of here. Nah, that ain't gonna work. Ain't nobody care about your 5 reps. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure that you understand how to network, and that's what a lot of this stuff is. D Smith, I listen. Like B said, I appreciate you coming on because we need that. We need your energy. What you got, Kill?
Not only that, when you go to the camps, the ones that are specific to you, those D1 AA's that you've spoken to this coach, do your research on the school as well, right? Have something to talk to that coach about, because if they're already interested in you, they want to see that you're interested in them, right? Because that might be the difference between you and the next guy, right? So if you come with some information, oh, coach, I was looking at this, and this that y'all offer here at your school. Can you give me some more information on that? That shows them that you really taking a liking and an interest in a school. And that might be the difference between you and somebody else that they might be looking at as well. So just little details like that matter.
And to add on to that further, so specifically with my 15U guys, I like for them to get in depth. So my 707 organization personally, we take guys that really want to play at the next level and put them in camps. So the things I tell them about, to go off of what Coach said, I actually make them do research about the playbook of each specific school and their play, like as an offensive scheme. If you're a wide receiver, do they favor double tight end sets? Do they pass the ball? How often do they pass the ball out of 120 snaps? You got to get interested in what's best for you and what offense works best for you or what scheme works best for you. You can't just, oh, I like this team uniform, so let me commit here. It's way more in depth.
Hey, Don, question now. Transfer portal's going crazy. You lob into it. Would you suggest, and this is something I was thinking about to some of my other guys, going into your recruiting process, thinking of a primary school that you like and a secondary school, pending things don't work?
Yeah, I feel like you always gotta have a backup plan, at least about 2 or 3 schools, because you don't know if there's another guy on that board. You know what I mean? You don't know if you're the commit guy, or if you're if he don't commit, then we got him. You don't know if you 1 or 2 on that board. So you just gotta understand everything. I mean, a lot of smoke and mirrors is in recruiting. It can be a whole different story as soon as you sign your name. You know what I mean, on your NLI. I would just say always get a feel of the coaches. You know what I mean? Bring your family around the coaches, see how they respond to family. You know what I mean? Opposed to by yourself. Just see how they carry, how they talk about you, how they talk, you know what I mean, on your name. And I don't know, it's hard though. It's hard.
It's a
The truth
feel
always
thing.
gonna
You
come
know what I
out.
mean? It's all on how you
Yeah.
feel. Like, if you ain't feeling it, probably not a good spot. If you feeling it, you
Yeah.
feeling what they saying, rock with it. Nah, I feel you. I definitely feel you on that. B,
Yeah.
what you got? Anything?
I'm chilling.
That's what's up. Always say. But now, like I said, D, appreciate you for coming on again. I'm hoping everybody was tuning in to what you were saying, because everything you said is valuable to what these young guys is going through right now. Some guys aspire to get to your level, so I'm hoping that they paying attention to what you said. And again, keep standing on business. Same things that made you successful when you was in high school gonna be the same things throughout your life, man. Just working hard, staying focused. If it get tough, that's okay. Brush yourself off, keep fucking moving. I mean, it's gonna always be a bet. Guys, everybody here gonna be here, so you want to reach out to them. These good dudes around. I know you're gonna always talk to that guy right there with the Sand Sports, whatever. Like I said, other people, man, there's some good dudes. Like Akil is my good dude in Jersey, man. He's really like young guy, knowledgeable about a lot of stuff that's going on. And then, like I said, he can help you with pretty much a lot of stuff that you want, whether it be training or either way. Same thing with my young boy Rashid. They ain't really a young boy, but whatever. So my guy Rashid, he's another guy, good trainer guy, good, just real shit guy, right? Like, you're gonna be in his gym, he gonna call you a bum ass because you're gonna drop the ball. But because you drop the ball, you're a bum ass. So shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Gotta have tough skin with Sheed. But I love Sheed because tough skin makes real men. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things. And Kill, I ain't saying you won't be cussing mugs. I know how you get down. I know how you get down. So it is what it is.
I do. I do.
I know. I go away. I walk out the door. Ain't my job. I ain't doing it no more. But that's what I'm saying, man. Like I said, just make sure we all stay in a loop, man. Like I said, if you need me,
Sure.
I got you. You already know.
I appreciate that.
What we
Thank
got,
y'all,
B?
man.
What's next?
You got comments on Facebook again, sir. I don't know why they're not popping up, but you got comments on Facebook.
Oh, we got comments. Damn, B, you left already.
Yeah, they
all
wasn't
right.
popping
Yeah,
up.
you got the fuck out of there. All right. Stark Elite. You got like 3 different pages. I'm
Man.
tagging you.
I got one 7-on-7 page, man. One page.
That's funny. That's funny. Leave it to him. He gonna say you got 1,000 everything because he be all in everything.
For real.
That's what that is.
I gotta tag the right page for the right situation. All right, tell us about Stark, sir. How you came up with Stark Elite?
This is a funny story, actually.
Stark Athletics.
So, bam, right? I was chilling one day my senior year. I wanted to play 7-on-7 because I ain't really get the whole 7-on-7 experience throughout the whole years of high school because of COVID year messed us up. Then the year after that, it was kind of botched where we had some games, but we had to sit some games out. So I didn't really get enough football until my senior year. Senior year, I went to Patterson. We was playing 7-on-7. We actually went undefeated. So the whole 7-on-7 season, we went undefeated. And I really got a feel for 7-on-7. It became my passion. After the season was over. One Motion. It's funny that Donald said something about One Motion.
Right.
I wanted to play for One Motion because they was like the only team in Baltimore that I seen at the time. So reached out to Coach Q, asked him could I play. Coach Q ended up telling me no because I was a senior.
Yes.
I said, okay, that's cool. 2 months later, at a tournament, I think it was his. I forgot whether or not it was his or not. But I had seen my teammates, my quarterback and our athlete Makai that went to Patterson. He played in the Big 33 game.
All seniors, right?
All seniors. So I'm like,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the year after that is what the year I graduated was that year. So the year my gap year, I decided not to go to college. So I actually had interest in colleges, but since my money wasn't right and my grades wasn't right, I couldn't go. Like Theo was reaching out to me every other week, making sure I was in camps, making sure my off season was good. So I fucked that up for myself. I take full responsibility for that because about time I was ready to take it serious, it was too late.
Right.
So we fast forward to our year one. Brandon, to tell you, Brandon was there. I hosted tryouts. About 60 kids came out.
Okay.
So great first day for me. And from that moment on, the goal was to beat One Motion. That was the entire goal. That's how Stark Elite got started. And then over time, it graduated into something more. So I use this. I use this as a way to connect with young guys. And I'm not going to put anybody out there, but there's a couple of guys on the 15U right now that has actual felony charges pending. And the whole reason they're not in jail is because I promised the judge they're doing something better with their life, and they are.
Right.
So our first tournament is coming up in January. We're going to Florida. So he's under me, and I got certain coaches to help out with his development, keep him in. I'm paying for his everything. He doesn't even pay for anything. So his trip costs, sweatsuit costs, jersey costs, all that. I try to keep as many people off the streets as possible because I didn't want that for me. That's why I chose football. I damn sure don't want it for nobody else, and the city already fucked up as it is. So I use my 7-on-7 personally, and I don't cut anybody. I will have 100-man roster and just make 40 teams with that 100-man roster. I don't like to cut anybody, regardless of how bad you are, the level you're at. It doesn't matter. I elevate kids. I don't put nobody down. And it's for that reason that I think 7-on-7 is really important because that will make or break an athlete.
Okay. I like the angles. I like the angles. Saving lives is the best angle. You feel me?
Right.
Like that's definitely the best angle right there. Interesting. I see how One Motion turned you up though.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely can see how that can happen because that just means you're a whole competitor. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, you smell bullshit. Like, nah, hold up, some bullshit. I'm about to take it to your neck. So definitely I dig that. Obviously, me with 1,000 questions. I like the route because I took your route. Your route and my route similar. You know what I'm saying? After high school, I did a semester of college. That financial shit is real. So once you find yourself in a spot where you ain't trying to be in that world, you got to make a decision on life. You know what I'm saying? So I applaud the fact that you did that. You stood on business. I'm making this decision. I'm about to start up some things. Obviously, there's work along with Stark, right? I know it ain't just Elite. You got to work with Stark Elite. So you got your whole personal life cooking right now. My suggestion, just because, I feel like it's my journey. Try to make sure that you get stuff in order, finances in order, licenses in order. Try to grab as many licenses as you can. Like I said, at the end of the day, without a diploma, you know what I'm saying? Without a degree, the license is gonna be your money. So whether it's a CDL license on top of your regular license, whether it's getting a boiler license, whether it's getting an HVAC license, anything. Licenses are gonna help you as I don't want to call you regular because I'm regular too, though, but whatever. As a man, license is gonna help you out when you don't got the paper. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's the part. So making sure you're doing that is definitely number one party. I will tell you, making sure your money is right. You know what I'm saying? Learning how to manage the money. That's gonna be
Man,
another big thing. Trust me, credit is major. Try to understand every ins and outs of what credit is. And
to
again,
my
I'm just
credit,
talking to you from
to
old Don
not
Massey to young Don Massey. But go ahead.
don't mean to cut you off or anything, but to my credit, it's crazy because I've always been good with money. Like
Good.
I always been great at managing. And when
Good.
it came to this, it was similar, but it wasn't quite the same because it's some unexpected fees that's not there,
Oh yeah.
and then it's
Oh
this
yeah.
and then that, and then what you need after that. Like, so I've been
Mhm.
real good, but this has definitely been a challenge. Not to say
Yeah.
that I definitely do not have it perfected because there's some guys that's on the team right now that can't pay, but I want
Mhm.
them to get that experience. So that's another fee that I have to account for and then make up the difference for this
Mhm.
week, next week, or the week after that.
Right. And then fundraising, trying to figure that out. I don't know if you have your business as an LLC or a nonprofit. My suggestion would say
Nonprofit, yeah.
nonprofit. That guy below me, Akil, could give you a lot of tips on how to grow that thing because he definitely took that
I'm
same
about to say
route.
I'm pretty sure I follow him on Instagram. I'm pretty sure I heard of
That's what I hope so. Like I said, Kill is a really good dude, nice young guy, non-profited up. That 4QE, 4 Quarter Elite is a non-profit organization. But again, like I said, you have to because it's going to be a lot of trial and error. Getting with good people, networking and building, it'll help you. Like I said, pride always to the side. The main goal is making sure helping the kids get what they got to get out the deal. But trying to
Right,
get people to donate to you helps you with those kids that you're trying to save that ain't got it. You know what I mean?
right.
And then I'm a hood nigga. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I go to the hood sometimes. Like, yo, I need 2 for him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hey, look, I ain't knocking nobody hustle, but hey, yeah, man, let me get 2 for him. Like, all right. So I don't know how good you are in the hood though. Like, I don't want to take you nowhere you ain't been.
Man, chill. I just
You
came back. I ain't gonna lie to you. I just came back.
Sometimes, man, you gotta lean on the right ones. You know what I'm saying? There's some real dudes
Right,
out there too, right? So sometimes you got some guys that don't want to see them make the mistakes they're making or made, right? So
right.
that's just like I said, that's my suggestion, my advice. I love what you're doing now. Real rap. Love what you're doing. I'm glad it ain't about being one motion no more. Now it's
Oh
about
yeah,
saving
no,
you.
that was just a year one thing. Year
That
two,
was your one thing.
yeah.
Hey, listen, man. But keep being a competitor. You know what I mean? Try to make sure that your program is the best program in that area. I always say start
And
small, right?
and that's even crazier, right? Because year one, we beat the top 3 teams. Well, a team in the top 5 in Maryland. So I'm pretty sure the first game we played was against Team Blur actually. We beat Blur, and it's crazy because it's my first ever coaching game. We beat
Mm-hmm.
Team Blur 64-14,
Mm. Hey.
18U. And then after that, we went to I'm pretty sure everybody knows no off season.
Mm-hmm.
We went out Newtown and played no off season. We lost by a touchdown. And mind you, these are the best teams in Baltimore as far as I know.
Right, right.
So we
So
definitely been competing. It's
how
not
does
even
that
like
work with the coaches? Like how many guys you got helping you out with that?
I got three. I got 3 on 18U, and then I think 3 or 4 on 15U. So what I try to do is I try to pull the best position coaches from Baltimore City and put them in
Mm.
positions. So say if 15U had practice this day, okay, all the running backs go here, quarterbacks, receivers, your primary position, not in 7-on-7, but like tackle actual football, so you can get some actual concrete work in. So we do
Mm.
15 minutes skill position, then we do another 5 minutes, actually like the mechanics of the position, and then we go another 5 minutes over coverages because believe it or not, some kids don't know what cover 2 is, don't know what cover 3 is, don't know what any of that
Mhm.
is.
Yeah.
So I start
Oh,
from the bottom
I
up,
believe it. I
and you'd be
believe it.
crazy. I say cover 2. They looking at me like they seen a ghost.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Mm-hmm.
try to build them all the way from the bottom up as an owner and as a head coach. So I just try to put the best tools out there for them to use and to take advantage of.
Okay. One more. I'm gonna let the floor have it. Pros and cons of 7-on-7. Shoot.
Oh man, so let me go with the cons first.
Everybody think they nice. Oh my bad, it wasn't my turn.
No, you're not the guy being interviewed.
That was actually the first one. You would be surprised how many divas it is. You will be surprised. It's okay. It's basically 5 guys that's eligible to go out for a pass. You got the two receivers and then a running back if you don't take them out to the receiver. Quarterback always touch the ball. Center can't go out for a pass. Out of that 5-man group, all of them wants the ball or all think they deserve to have the ball. And then you got this kind of guys that a bitch and complain when they don't even get the number they want. And then everybody else just thinks they should go deep and they should be the up top catching the ball guy when that's not you. And me personally, I don't care. I keep telling them, I'm around y'all age, so I don't give a fuck if you don't listen to me or not. But what you're not going to do is think that every player is going to be designed for you, number one. And number two, my offense is not going to be brain dead to just send you deep on the fly. I don't give a fuck how great of an athlete you are. Here, we're going to play good football. We're going to play good football here. So I don't feel, and I didn't cut 17 people today, like just today, because today was the day I gave out numbers. And a lot of people felt like he shouldn't have this or they shouldn't have that. No, you have to go, because that's not the environment I want around people that I'm trying to build up. And that's just one issue. The second issue is that everybody, like, even though we help a lot of people, and even though I'm trying to get everybody the travel experience, some people think, again, ego, that they shouldn't just have to pay because they're too good, I guess. So it's like, it's a well-oiled machine. If you can't pay because of some financial situation, I done told my guys, I put up money personally. My girlfriend put up money personally. My coaches put up money personally. So you're going to go as long as that's the reason that you can't go. Home problems, financial issues, cool. But if you just come here and tell me that you're not going to pay because you made the team or you're just too good, that can't fly.
Right.
And that can really make or break a 7-on-7 team, because each individual person matters. Like, if one person don't pay, that can fuck it up for everybody. So it's not even just about him. I got to think about everybody at that point. So that can fuck up a 7-on-7 team. But there's a lot of different things that I haven't had the much experience yet to really tell you. But those are the main two things that are for sure. Yeah, that are killers in 7-on-7. Yeah. But the pros of it. So the pros of it, I can't speak for every organization because I haven't been around it that long.
Just yours.
Yeah. So just mine. Like, number one, the way my offense rolls, I try to give people as close to a college experience as possible. And what I mean by that is, if you fuck up, you got to come out. If you miss a practice, you got to come out. I understand. Baby sister might have been sick. You got to watch your sister. Baby sis can sit on the stands and watch you practice. You got to be here, bro. You got to be here. I understand you got some shit going on, but I can't. The next man been working. What am I going to tell him? So I try to promote working for your position. Another con is my offense. So if I call a certain play and you have a route that isn't necessarily I want to say for you. Let's just say for you. The route isn't necessarily for you. I try to instill in the kids that, like, okay, you have a specific role to play. If I send you on a fly route, this fly route is not for you. It's for you to clear out for the play. So I try to give people the necessary mindset, I'm gonna say, to come in and say, okay, this is my job. I got to do this job. This isn't for me, but the next one might be for me, and this is setting me up for that. So that's how my offense personally is geared. Complex. I actually run 11-on-11 plays. I don't even gear my playbook to 7-on-7. So I try to give them as close to a college experience as possible. Like, matter of fact, this is our game football. My quarterbacks only throw real pigskin. I don't even let them use high school balls. So every aspect is geared towards the next level.
Okay. The floor, she, kill, whoever want.
So I got a lot to say with the young man.
Oh shit.
Not all good things. All good things. Because I got into this coaching thing. I didn't start off 7-on-7. I started off coaching, and I got into it for almost like basically the same reasons you got into it, to really impact the lives of young men. I take pride in now. One of my favorite sayings is, I became who I needed at that age, right? And so that's one of my favorite things to say. But just some advice on the 7-on-7 thing as far as the business perspective, right? The thing that's going to really change for you is getting them sponsorships, right? Because then that'll give you more wiggle room, right? So like, I got a player on my team this year who's, his dad owns a business. It's a big business, right? Who's really making me look at business differently. So like, he's been kind of like mentoring me the last, I want to say like 10, 11 months, right? And the business, and one thing he said to me is, listen, giving back is cool, but for every one guy you got to pay for, you need at least 4 guys that's going to pay.
Yeah.
Right? And that's non-negotiable, right? It can't be negotiable, because at the end of the day, the business has to be the business, right? The business is there to make money, right? The more you give, you're going to drain yourself.
Drain out, yeah.
And you can't. And in order to have longevity in this, right? You can't drain yourself.
Right.
All right. You can't drain your finances. You can't go every time you go into your piggy bank, right? Your girl piggy bank, your coach's piggy bank. Because eventually your girl gonna be like, well, I'm not doing this no more. Your coach is gonna be like, I'm not doing this no more. And then you might lose good people. Right?
Definitely that part.
So you can't do that. You got to make sure the business is a business. So the guys that are good, that can pay but don't want to pay because they're too good, they can't be a part of the program.
That's the exact reason I cut him. I appreciate that.
No, it can't, because the business won't work that way. The business will fold, right? But the biggest thing to help you wage that gap is getting those sponsorships, right? This is my first year getting real big sponsorships, but I'm throwing somebody's logo on the back of my jersey. They paying for all the gear of all of it, right? So the sweatsuit, the book bag, the jersey, the uniforms, my sponsors paying for all of it. So now I got wiggle room. Now, okay, we could take this trip to South Carolina this year because we can pay for that, because we got a sponsor pay over $10,000 for all the gear for the kids. Right? So the sponsorships is really where you're going to set yourself apart and be able to really turn a profit, right? Because at the end of the day, for me at least, I don't know how you're doing it. I was always the type, like, I'm not trying to tax these parents, these kids.
Exactly, right.
I absolutely want to make money, but I also want to do it in like a way where I'm not trying to kill nobody. I'm not trying to kill nobody's pockets. I want to be affordable enough and still make money, right? So that's why the sponsorship's important. Right, that's why all of that stuff is important. Like, and you have a nonprofit, so there's grants out there for you.
Right.
For example, we apply to Walmart grants every cycle. You can apply. You can apply to Walmart 25. You can get up to 25 Walmart grants in one cycle. Right, if you keep applying. So you just gotta find those avenues, those grants. Right, banks have grants that they got to give out money. All these big corporations have it they have it budgeted to give it to nonprofit. So you got to find those local companies near you, because there's in their budget to give to a nonprofit.
Right.
So that's going to be huge for you.
I definitely appreciate. I didn't even think about that.
Yes.
I definitely didn't even think about that.
At that point, the grant process is easy. Some grants you just got to fill out one form application. Like for me, the Walmart grant, we fill out 1-page application, send it. Right now, you might not get accepted for that one, but you keep
doing it, right? So I got my computer open right now. I'm not even the type of guy that's just going to hear you and not listen. I'm about to do this right now.
Nah, tune in, great information. That's why I said if you have opportunity, even if you connecting after this, connect, man. It's all about building, you know what I mean? And understand if you're doing things the right way, you're gonna get the right energy. You know what I mean?
And,
If you don't,
and another thing is this platform right here is good too. Like for someone like me, like I'm not gonna lie, I like to do shit on my own, right? Once I got in this shit, everybody competition. It's fuck all y'all. Like I don't even know you, but it's fuck you. Because it's like, nah, I'm coming in here, I'm taking the fuck over. That's just how I felt. Like I'm coming in
That's
here.
exactly how my mentality was. That's exactly how
The
it
only
was.
the only reason I connected with DM is because we had mutual people that we knew.
yeah,
So then once we had that connection, I was comfortable and I would ask him questions like, and he being the man that he is, gave me free game, right? But other than that, like it was
that's
all
about it.
I'm always yeah, everybody else
Ain't
is
nobody else getting no love, but DM. It's like
which is good, but it's also bad in the sense of like, yo, it's okay to have a mentor in this thing, right? From that aspect, I got lucky and I met him, right? If I hadn't, I would have had more struggles than even the ones I already had. So like,
right.
you gotta find some people that's going also like guide you through this thing, right?
Right.
Just 7-on-7 is like this past week. There's been a lot of 7-on-7 tryouts near me, and it's just a lot of shit that I'm seeing that's bad, like formatting. The process doesn't look good. They're doing different stuff that parents is coming to me like, Coach, we went to this 7-on-7 tryout and it was awful. Like just be cognitive of all those situations, how your business is looking. I know you said you don't ever want to turn people away, but grow smart, don't grow fast.
Right.
If you grow too fast,
I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah. If you go too fast, it could look like a shit show.
Yeah.
Right? You got 100+ kids out there. You got 5 coaches. It's not enough fucking coaches.
Right.
So it's like grow smart, don't grow fast, because you want the business to be the business. Right? You want it to look clean. Right? When parents, because the parents is the ones paying. These kids ain't paying shit.
Right.
So when a parent come out and they watching your tryouts and it look like a shit show, they're gonna be like, well, I'm not putting my money into this.
Right.
And I'm glad I did that part right, because what I do personally is, like I said, I split everybody up, indies, but I don't work on 7-on-7 like 7-on-7 practice. I work on actual getting you better for pads. So running backs, like actual running backs. The thing I'm about to do now is I'm about to go find me an O-line, D-line coach and try to set up the big man shit. But that's a work in progress. I don't want to do it with just anybody.
Yeah.
So my practices, they run almost perfectly. I'm not going to say perfectly, because the worst part about practice is the beginning. People showing up late, all that. And the best part is the end, because then I get all that shit back. So my practices has always been geared like semi good. I don't know how to perfect it yet, because I haven't even seen anybody else 7-on-17 practice.
You'll get there.
I still got a lot to learn.
And then make sure the coaches you bring in, because this was the hard part for me too, because that's your baby. This is my baby. Like this is like my child, right? Right. So it's like, yo, I'm not bringing nobody into my shit unless I know like they're gonna do the shit how I want the shit. Like they're not gonna have fast nothing. They're gonna teach the right stuff, right? At the end of the day, your coach is a representation of you, whether you like it or not. The same thing we tell these kids, right? About their parents and stuff. Like you're a representation of your parent, like you're a representation of your organization. It's the same thing. You're a representation. Your coach is a representation of you. So it's like make sure you bring in the right people, right? Because that's gonna be big too. Because one bad apple could fuck your shit all up.
So we actually had an incident like that made me learn that exact lesson. So we was playing against one motion too. That's the craziest part. We was playing against one motion.
Always one motion.
And we had this guy named Vernon. And funny enough, he got the same. His team is the same name as yours. His name is his team name is Fourth Quarter Elite. So
That's crazy. I got a lawsuit.
Yeah, already.
us at first. So he came to a tournament basically going crazy. At this time, it was just me coaching. I didn't have no coaches under me because nobody wanted to coach under me because they thought they didn't know what I was doing until I started beating their ass by 30. So after that, I started getting coaches coming in left and right asking, "Oh, can I coach this? Do you need help with this? Do you need help with that?" So it's like, okay, I picked the best one, but I don't know them personally. That's my dilemma. And when he basically came to me and asked me, could he coach? I was like, fuck it, why not? I need the help. So that day he was cool. He came to a couple practices, he was cool. When we get to the one motion scrimmage, his cousin, it was his little cousin. So his little cousin played for me. Little cousin was cool. We ain't had no issues with the little cousin. Until he came and suddenly, because I put him in charge of the defense. I was the offensive coordinator. So suddenly his cousin, his big cousin come, cool. I take him off the starting lineup because I want to see the kid Javante. I just want to see how he do just to try him out. Cool. He goes off on Javante. Like he starts cussing out the kid because he basically took his little cousin's spot. He couldn't say shit to me because I'm the one that put him there. So he started saying, "Oh, you don't even play this and pass. Why are you trying to make that?" I'm like, hold up. So long story short, he tries to fight the kid. Mind you, we're playing one motion. We're middle of the game. And he tries to fight the kid. So it's like, man.
Yeah, can't have that. Yeah, and those is the biggest thing, yo. Just making sure your shit looks organized and your shit looks professional. Because at the end of the day, that's what's gonna help with you with longevity. Make sure your finances is right. That's first and foremost. Second, make sure your shit is ran like a business, because that's what it is, right? And it
Hold up. Hey, B, I can hear you.
You talking to me?
The TV in the background and the clipping of your nails.
Oh, I ain't clipping no fucking nails, and I ain't got no TV on in the background.
Damn sure ain't no TV on in the background.
Bruh.
You hear TV all the way downstairs?
Somebody I think so.
Hold on, wait a minute. No, that was Fourth Quarter Elite. Because every time he unmute his mic, all that noise.
No, that's you. You just muted. He just muted himself.
That's you, B.
That's fucking crazy. Hold on, wait a minute.
But check it out, y'all. I'm looking. I'm like, all right, she muted, Q muted. Start talking me. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm muted.
Yeah, don't want to
him.
I'm right in front of my TV. This shit is not on.
Right, bro. We already knew who it was, dog. But I said, man.
That's good shit. Like, I love seeing shit like that. Like, how old are you?
I'm 20. I'm about to turn 21 next year.
Crazy. That's good shit, yo. That's the biggest thing.
Don't let all that money go to the kids, man. Enjoy your life a little bit, man.
Get your finances right. Get your finances right.
I just try to. I think that is my biggest problem. I try to help everybody.
You can't.
I can't. Yeah, and I can't.
You can't.
You can't.
You're doing you already doing your part. Once you grow big enough, you're gonna impact more people. But if you don't do it right now, you're not gonna get to that point.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So do it right now, and then 5-10 years down the line, you're gonna have hundreds of kids. Then you can affect even more people. But do it the right way. Don't try and go too fast, man.
What you said earlier, Kill, you like grow the business smarter, not fast, right?
Yep. Grow smarter, not faster.
Smarter, not faster. Yeah.
And
like
then
that's a good understanding.
Hit me up if you need advice how to get these grants, get these sponsorships, all that type of stuff.
I'm gonna definitely hit you up on the grant part. Definitely.
Yeah.
Got you. But it's crazy because I have a uniform. I have a uniform sponsor. He gives us all our shit for free.
Yeah, that's good.
That
cuts out a big cost right there.
Yeah. So like I said, stay with it. Hey, Brandon, what we got cooking next? I know I'm an hour in.
Wherever you want to go. We can go Coach Sheet video. We can go
I want to go to that. I want to go to that reclass video.
Hey, but I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm gonna have to see you. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to get out of here real quick. But Coach, I appreciate you, man. I'm gonna definitely be in contact with you.
No doubt,
Got you.
no doubt. Hit me.
I
That'll
appreciate
work.
y'all for having me, man.
No doubt, bro. No doubt, bro.
Joe said we
So
can hear the
what,
TV downstairs. That shit's crazy.
bruh? You got great speakers. You're an
I didn't
engineer,
know.
so we can hear all of
No,
this shit.
no, that shit was. I was like, I can't hear that fucking TV all the way downstairs. Like that shit crazy.
Yeah, we ain't got the earmuffs on like you, but we can hear this shit, big
Sir.
dog.
Right.
But no, so look, I think the video. Oh man, I really got to get his name. He does great with his podcast and the stuff he's doing in Georgia. You know what I mean? It's like Elite Talent, I think it is, Brandon. Is that what the name of the
What
joint?
happens?
Whatever. I think it's Elite Talent Football. Yeah, he's good. He's good. But you know, I definitely when I saw it, hey Sheed, I don't know if this is what you saw, but when I saw it, it kind of caught me. I'm like, I hate the one-way narratives. And then I'm looking at my bro Sheed, and she like, yo, I'm looking at she like, yo, she like, I ain't even not a fan, but the way you're painting it, we can't paint it like that. But look, let's play this clip right here. I'm gonna open the door. She wants you to take it from there. Everybody, please pay attention to what she has in his background because it's about to get real. You already know it's free game. But go ahead, Brandon, play this clip for me.
So what happens is if you reclass, you sped up your recruiting cycle 1 full year.
Right.
Because guess what? Now you come in.
You mean reclass up, right?
No, reclass
back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You speed your recruiting class and you speed your cycle up 1 year because okay. So normally my freshman year, I'm gonna play freshman football because my body isn't ready to play varsity. And then my sophomore year I play varsity because my body is ready. No, I'm coming in already, body ready. So my freshman year, I'm not playing freshman football now. I'm already playing varsity. I'm not starting as a freshman, no, but I'm playing. And then the next year, which normally if I didn't reclass would have been my junior year, I'm a sophomore and I'm starting as a sophomore. Right. So now my recruiting, now I'm getting offers as a sophomore. Now my NIL is starting to kick in. So my junior year, I have another good year. I'm done. You know what I'm saying? So like that's the whole thing of reclassing where I tell people like it works. Listen, I didn't agree with reclassing until I moved down here to Georgia.
You muted, dog.
Yep. Like I said, big shout out to Elite Talent. I want people to understand I follow him, right? Good brother. You know what I'm saying? There be some great information out there. So I don't want nobody to think that because I got this clip from off his page that is like, don't listen to what he's saying. No. And what he's saying, to an extent, is true. Let's understand that. But it's like this reclass thing is a real, it's a big thing. Like it's not just a one way to do it. If everybody in the school goes backwards, then who went forward, right? So
well, he said he got to Georgia.
Well, you know, and I understand.
Georgia football different.
Football everywhere is different, but you know, it's one of those things. So here's my thing. I know I said you was gonna have it right after the video, but obviously I'm talking right. So here's my thing. My life I'm serious. My life is like this. First thing we always got to figure out is what's the goal, right? What's your goal? If your goal is to play in the NFL, well, you know what? You might want to get there younger than older, okay? Because when you get to that part of the game, you could be a running back at 26 years old and they're like, you're a has-been. So you don't want to come out of college at 26-year-old because you're doing this reclass shit. So that's the other part of what I'm saying, what your goal is. If the goal is just to get to college, what is that? What you doing, man?
I was raising my hand because you know that JUCO shit just fucked that up too.
We'll get into that. I got you covered with that. But now the other notion is if the goal is to get to college, and this is the best way to get to the college route for you, okay. But again, his plan, what he did not say in his reclass, was what his plan, what he made his kids do in the off season and the preparation for that. Some people just hear reclass. Trust me when I'm saying this. Some people just hear, oh, hold him back and he's gonna be a Division I player. got you, and it don't work like that. You have to have a plan. I'm gonna reclass him. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna end up training him, taking the train there. His eating habits are gonna be this. We're gonna make sure that these classes are being taken like this with this much type of priorities in it. Like it's a lot to it. But now I'm gonna step out of there. She, do your thing.
Yeah, if I'm along with it, just cut me off because this is
Oh, we got 3 hours. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, this is very important for our kids and parents to understand this. What he's saying is not totally wrong, and I'm not against totally what he's saying.
Right.
Well, the issue that I have with people that have influence is when we don't give information on both sides of the coin.
Right.
Because when you have influence, you're of service. You're a trainer, you're a coach, you're a gentleman like himself. You're of service to the people, to the kids, to mentoring. So when you're of service of somebody, you have to give them information on both sides of the coin. So that way they can make an informed decision based off your information. Now they have all of the information. Now they can go sit down and say, okay, I got the pros, I got the cons, I got both sides of the fence. Now I can make a decision. But when you paint a picture and it's one-sided, that's where I have the issue. Because people that don't know, they just don't know. So we can't blame them. So I have to put the accountability on the people that's giving out the information. So with what he's saying with the reclass, I know a lot of situations, a lot of kids where they actually reclassed and it didn't work out for them. The issue is no one is going to highlight that because it doesn't fit their narrative. The people that's also painting the picture of reclassing, they're not going to highlight the kids that didn't reclass and made it and were successful. So you're only going to paint the picture of the guys that reclass and they got the offers and that sort of thing. So I'm going to give you a scenario. We got 2 13-year-olds. One decides to reclass. The other decides to go straight to high school.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest thing with reclass is getting their body and their mental ready. That's what everyone wants to reclass for. Now, if you take this freshman that went straight, this 13-year-old that went straight to high school, guess what he's now learning that the kid that reclassed didn't? He's learning how to be a high school student, getting up at 6 o'clock to go to class, be at school at 8 o'clock, get off at 2:10, go to study hall, go to lifting, have film session, learn how to watch film, then go to practice, get off at practice at 7 o'clock, do it again every day for 5 days. Whereas the kid that reclass, he's just going to school out like he's doing, going to practice, just running team, not really watching film or don't know how to watch film. They're just listening to what their coach is telling you. Hey, do this, do that, do that. They don't understand how to watch film. Now let's fast forward a year. That 13-year-old that didn't reclass, now he comes in, he's a sophomore now. The kid that reclassed, he's a freshman. They're the same age. Who is ahead of who?
The one that didn't reclass.
From a mental aspect on how to be a high school student. That's the difference. Now, physically, they may be the same. But that kid that didn't reclass, he's already got 1 year in the system. He understands the scheme. So whether they're physically on the same level or not, I still have a one-up on you. Now, on the flip side of that coin, it may come in where that kid that reclass, he may already be in that type of atmosphere. So now he comes in as a freshman, depending on the situation, depending on the position he plays, there's a lot of factors. That kid may come in and be on varsity. So an example of that is a kid that we had that's going to Ohio State, Des Jones. Des Jones did not reclass. Came in as a freshman right after 13U. He started on the freshman level. He dominated. The middle of his freshman season, we moved him to varsity. He ended up starting on varsity. Why? Because our receiving core wasn't that great. So he didn't really have to sit behind somebody. if that makes any sense.
Yeah, looking for the best available.
So he was the best available. He ended up panning out. He's going to Ohio State. We
Mhm.
I also had a kid. His name was Kumar Howard. He was a reclass kid. When he came in, he still had to play freshman.
Right.
He ended up starting his sophomore year based off of what I had. He was a linebacker. So just imagine if he didn't reclass, now he's already one up in the system. The same thing happened for him. He ended up playing as a sophomore. Nothing changed. Now there are examples of kids coming in as a reclass, and they get on varsity right away, and they go. The sky's the limit. I.e., Jalen Burke.
And like you said, depending on what that school need for where you're going, because you could reclass, go somewhere where they don't need you, and now you got to kind of wait your turn. You go somewhere where they need you, you kind of hitting it out the park. I'm guessing, like we did say, Jalen Berger, a kid with a good plan in his reclass. So that's the other part. That's the key there, Sheed.
And truth be told, he didn't even go to his high school as a receiver.
Right.
Things had to line up for him in order for him to start playing as a freshman at running back because of injuries that happened on varsity. Now, once he got that position, then he took off and did what he did.
Right.
He started playing well. But the ultimate goal is through all of this is being prepared to play at the next level. And it's not always talent, as we all know. It's not always how old you are, as we all know. It's those other intangibles that come into play. And a lot of times when people are giving information, they're not talking about the intangibles. They're just giving a broad spectrum on what you should do. And it's reclass. Because I can take that same name, and again, it's hard to do this without singling out guys, and I'm gonna try not to, but that same position of the kid we just talked about wasn't a reclass kid. And he's one of the top running backs in college. The other kid that I named is on his fourth school. So what really worked?
Right.
So we can't just say this worked.
You can't just marry one process.
Exactly. So on my Instagram, I went and I posted all the kids that didn't reclass. 3 of them are in the NFL. One of them is Ronnie Hickman. He's a starting safety for the Cleveland Browns. He came in, his body was ready as a 13-year-old to play varsity, but they didn't need him to.
Right.
He didn't end up playing until his sophomore year, go to Ohio State, play NFL. So it works out both ways. So my advice, or what I'm going to hold influencers accountable to, is make sure you give all the information before we just give out information. Because then you're going to get a guy like me that I'm not going to care about your feelings. That's what GAIN stands for. Guidance above my emotions. That's what GAIN means. So we have to be careful with the information that we're giving these parents and these kids, because we can't blame them because they don't know.
Right.
With guys like him, he does say a lot of great things, but this right here, he got to be careful, because somebody's going to take what he says and run with it and reclass your kid. So
and that's what I was saying.
Right. I'm not against reclassing at all. I've seen it work out for a lot of kids. Right. But you have to have a plan like Dom is talking about, as far as, all right, my kid is 4'11". He's a cornerback. He ain't ready to go to high school. I might have to reclass my kid. Or my kid is not mentally sharp as far as grades. He's got ADHD, whatever he's got. Maybe another year of middle school will help him better prepare himself for high school. But if you're only reclassing for an athletic gain, let me say it again. If you're only reclassing for an athletic gain, then you're already doing it for the wrong reason. Because even at the college level, they really only like older kids at 2 positions: quarterback and offensive line and defensive line. That's where the old guys really are. If you look at all the skill position, it ain't 25-year-olds, it ain't 26-year-olds. they want those positions are usually quarterback, O-line, and D-line. That's where they get the older guys from. So, for example, I used to coach at a junior college. When we recruited, we wanted old guys on the O-line and the D-line. That's what we wanted. Because, your grown man strength, all that stuff kick in. So if I got a 22-year-old defensive end, he's going to kick that tackle's ass that's only 18 just by natural development, especially if they're on the same talent level. So we got to be careful when we're giving out information. I would just like for guys to start giving out both sides of the fence. Like, hey, your son, he may have to reclass because of this. Now, listen, just because he reclassed, that don't mean he's going to start when he go to high school. He may still have to earn his keep. He got to still learn how their structure is, right? So I want guys to do that when they advise you. So that's just my biggest gripe. I'm not for reclassing. I'm not against reclassing. I'm just against narratives. So I know I was kind of wrong with it, but
No. Look, I told you in the message, I said we're gonna get into this. So I was giving you the floor to get into this. You know what I mean? And for those who let me say this, that are not new, like norms to our show, she does coach high school football. Very good coach, okay, in the high school football ranks over at DePaul Catholic. Shout out to you, she, on winning another title. But again, he has kids on his team that are reclasses and that I know, and some kids that aren't reclasses that I know, and every situation is different. And that's what I want people to understand that. Again, do you want to reclass your kid? Again, what I said before, what's the goal? If you are reclassing your kid, please make sure you have a plan in place, not just playing little league football for another season and then going to high school, because that's not a plan. You got to have a physical and a mental plan in place for that. Man Singh, coach at Verona, asks, what if they are born in September and are young 13 or young 13? So I'll say this to that point, the same thing that we said in the beginning. Right. If you see that there's an issue and reclassing can help the issue, address it. If you see that it's not an issue and he's just a young 13, then he just got to get into it. I know a kid right now. I got two kids, actually. One of my linebackers, his name is EJ McAdams. His birthday was just, November 29th. He just turned 17. He's a senior right now. Okay, just turned 17. So he's going to enter college and probably the whole semester going to be down there gone before he turned 18. Going to Marshall, fully committed, set to go. Sometimes, again, there's many different narratives, many different situations.
I got a kid right now in the league. I got a kid in the league right now. His name is CJ Hansen. He plays for the Kansas City Chiefs. His birthday is in September. He didn't even play high school. He didn't even start his high school year until his senior year.
Every situation different.
Exactly. He started his senior year, played at Holy Cross, became a good player. Now he's with the Kansas City Chiefs. His birthday is in September. So every situation is different.
You know Sabor Kareem, tall kid. I get it. Look like a whole grown man. Boy, only 18. Probably think he might have just turned 19, and going into his second to third year in college right now. So the reclass thing, it's not all the way, like she said, and I totally agree. It's not all the way yes. It's not all the way no. It's if that's your child, figure out the best scenario for your child, and if that fits him to reclass with a plan. If you're not reclassing, then get to high school with a plan. Either way, and these other two gentlemen right here going to let you understand it. You ain't got no plan on body improvement, body health, mental improvement, mental health. It don't matter if you reclass 40 times. It ain't going to matter if you don't have a structured plan and stick to it all the way through. I'm just telling you right now, that's how it goes.
You're going to have to stop listening. My bad, Akil. You're going to have to stop listening to these youth coaches that just want to fund their 14U program. So they're going to tell you that Yeah, Dom, I'm on that. I'm on that this year. I'm not even playing.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure.
Hey, yo,
Like, you gotta be
here
like,
with it. Here with it.
this is me because I'm a Catholic school, so we could go out and recruit certain kids, and some I don't care. Game. Some of these youth programs going to tell you to keep reclassing just so they can have a 14U program.
Mm-hmm.
So for my parents and kids that's listening, if anybody is giving you information and it's one-sided, then that's not the information you should be taking.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the advice you should be taking because it's one-sided. So a lot of these youth programs, they try to fund, we need our 14U, so you should reclass.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now. How is that helping your kid? That's helping them because they got a 14U program.
Or you got a 14-year-old freshman who getting varsity time, but then in the spring playing tackle for somebody's 14.
We see that all the time.
Spring
the fuck
tackle.
is you doing?
Yeah, I saw that too happen before.
Shit, we got kids out here that's playing JV and playing a 14U.
I know a sophomore kid right now. He's playing 13U.
Shit, crazy.
But let me touch on
play on Thursday and Saturday. Shit.
Let me touch on the reclassing point because everything y'all said is right. Right. Of course, there's always two sides. If the training if you're not working on the training, if you reclass and you're not training, you're not working on that mental stuff, it's not going to work. Right. But with this new information we got about the JUCOs, it's even more prevalent now that the seniors in high school is competing for spots with these JUCO kids now, even more so than they were before, because now they got their full eligibility. So I do think that reclassing is going to become even bigger than it has been, just for the simple fact that now they're fighting for those same spots. If you're trying to go to school right out of high school, what you think about that though? Would you agree with that?
Yeah, it's because of all the rules that the NCAA is doing. It's making people go in that direction, and I know B mentioned the junior college thing. So for me, the reason why they were doing that with the junior college, and it goes to your point, Akil, is why people are reclassing, is now in junior college was dying because of the portal. So what became more popular now is the prep schools. Right. All the prep schools became popular now because now you can get that extra year. You can get that extra year without losing any eligibility. So now with the portal and prep school, junior college is dead. Now the issue that they're running in is now the portal is overloaded. So now where are you going to send these kids? So now you have to incentivize junior college again. All right, y'all could go play junior college and it won't affect your eligibility. The reason is, in my opinion, is because the portal is overloaded. You can't send those kids back to prep school. They're already in college. So where are you going to send them? Y'all go back to JUCO. It won't affect your eligibility. Now, so if you ain't got nothing on the table, you still playing college ball. It don't affect your eligibility. And now that's another form of reclassing for you. So it's a trickle-down effect.
I actually, when they came out with it, I didn't like it at all, to be honest with you.
Nah.
If they would have said you get 1 free year, I'd have been like, okay. But 2, it's just too much. Because let's say you get a kid that reclasses before high school, and then they go JUCO, and they're in JUCO for 2 years, and then they go to college and they red shirt, and then they medical shirt. You're gonna be 27, potentially playing somebody that's 17, and I just like that. That shit is crazy to me.
And
so
look,
just think about it. Let's say if a kid reclass in middle school, so now he going to high school, 15 years old. It don't pan out how it want to. He graduates, he's 19. Then he goes to a prep school year. Now he's 20, 21. It don't pan out. He go to JUCO for 2 years. Now he's 23, and he still hasn't had any college eligibility yet. So now you got another 6 years.
6 years, so 29.
So now you 29.
It's crazy. It's too much.
It's a trickle down effect.
And let's say this. All of that time that she was saying, ain't no NIL money in that. Like, I want people to get this stuff through their head. Just because you're going to college don't mean you get NIL. All right, let's throw that right out the window.
Yep.
Just because you're going to the junior college, they're saying 2 years, you got to graduate. So some of you guys going to go in there with 2, but she know it's going to take you 3 to get up out of that thing because you ain't doing your great. So you ain't do your work because there's a reason why you here. You feel me? So it's in the junior college, it sounds good, but it's a dog world in there. So, you know, for them guys thinking that, I just go to junior college and you was just okay in high school, probably not the spot for you. Probably not. Because just to throw it into perspective, and I know it's going to be a big one that I'm throwing out there, but I need to say his name. It's guys like Cam Newton that was in junior college. It's guys like, I think, Tyreek Hill, took the junior college route. My homeboy, Rasul Douglas, took the junior college route. It's real live dogs in there, man.
It's a different ball game.
Different work. And if anybody hasn't seen an interview with Richard Sherman and my boy Rasul Douglas, check it out. He'll give you a bit of that insight of what he went through when he was at Nassau Community College. 6 guys in one apartment, and we don't kind of know where the food coming from, how this shit gonna work out. Like, trust me.
I used to have kids eating out the garbage can.
Support system has to be up a million taking that route. All right. Now, I know people probably saying what Coffeyville looked like down in Texas. The facilities all built up. That's cool. But some of y'all not gonna go to Coffeyville. All right. Some of y'all gonna go to some other places.
Yeah, they're gonna take a bounce back. That's what they call it in junior. They're gonna take a bounce back who probably has his degree already as far as his associates, but it ain't working out. So now he's 22 years old and he coming to JUCO. He's 23, 24 with kids. He ain't got time to play no 18-year-old games.
And then it's like, and some parents will ask some questions. I say, well, what's the plan? Your son at best is a D2. Your son at best is a D2 player. You gonna go to JUCO, waste 2 years for what?
Coach, it's D1 a bust, coach. What you talking about?
D1 a bust. That's
the
what they be
promotion.
spitting.
That's another narrative out here. It's D1 a bust, coach. What you talk about?
Yeah, everybody got to go D1. But this is what I will say about that whole situation of this, what they talking about with the junior college thing, right? So I'm with you, Kill. I'm really not on the fact that if I'm at Rutgers as a freshman and you at Lackawanna as a freshman, my clock start, your shit don't start. I ain't feeling that. So I don't like that shit. All right. So as far as the eligibility part, I don't like that. The part I do like, and this is because I've been getting it from a couple of my coaching buddies around, but a lot of people go, well, with the rosters being cut down, with allowing more guys to get eligibility through this junior college thing, the high school guys, it's going to be harder for them to go to that next level. I say this. Hope I don't get turned off on this one, but it is what it is. A lot of guys don't belong in the Division I level. Just being honest. Some guys belong and some guys you don't. Some guys get recruited on potential. Some guys get recruited on talent. And everybody, you won't know that until they hit the scene. The kid at Ohio State, Jeremiah Smith, that was a smooth talent hit. But then you got some other guys who not that, but probably got Jeremiah Smith's size, speed, and all. But just because of the potential what he could be, he in a Division I rank. And you're probably not a D1 player. So it's just one of those things.
That's true. But I think where college football is going, they're taking too much of the amateur aspect of it out of the game. And that's the part I don't like. Yes, I get it. NIL is big now. It is what it is.
It's a business. It's not amateur no more.
They're getting rid of it at all. And that's like, to me, it's too much. It's too much. It's swinging too much one way. It was one way for too long. They held in the reins. And then once they open the floodgate, now it's too far this way.
And that's why it's trickling down to the middle school level, and it goes back into this reclass thing. Because now everybody's thinking, oh, I got to be older now to even be able to play at that level. Mm-hmm. That's what everybody.
Which they're not completely wrong.
Right, they're not completely wrong about that. But it just got to.
If you old, you gonna only be good on that level, and then when it be like with the 99th pick it ain't gonna be you.
That's
Like
facts.
they're gonna say names like what's the oldest guy I think I can remember? Chris Winkie, Florida State quarterback, really old. He was really old at the time. When he won his Heisman, actually at that too. But Chris Winkie
Quarterbacks is
went to
different
the,
though, because we
it's
just saw Bo
different, but
Nix. He finished 20. He was at 20. I think he was 25 when he went.
Bo Nix was old too.
But
Bo
you'll
Nix
see
was
guys like
old
that
too,
that
right?
tight end from the U. I think he was 26.
Okay, but that's
That's
what I
crazy.
mean. Like, but like in knowing the business of the NFL, they gonna get like I said, Chris Winkie he was the Panthers. He had a rookie career. It was like, all right, here I am. But after that thing was like, yo, next up.
Yeah, and you have to also look at like how college is now. There aren't many developers of talent anymore. It's not really that many.
None.
Because most of them, they're leaving the college game because it's not what it is anymore. So what's happening is you got to get a ready-made guy, and like we talk about, it's forcing these people to think you got to be older to be ready-made. Your age don't make you ready-made. It's where you are mentally and physically. So that's what we got to be careful with. Like, just because you older, that don't mean you good. That just means you older. So I think that's what it is. That's just what it is too. Now is like these guys are looking for the older guys. You know, even Dion said, he's like, why am I going out and trying to get 25 freshmen? I'm only going to get 10 because after I do spring ball, 5 of them are going to hit the portal anyway. So I might as well just cut that in half, and then the other 15 out of my 25, I might as well go to the portal anyway.
The portal, yeah.
Right.
So the dynamic has changed, and that's why like podcasts like this, what we're doing is great, because we can't blame and fault the people that just don't know. But what I like about this show is, and why I keep coming back, is because there's no narratives being spent here. It's we telling you the good and bad on both sides. Like reclassing can be great for you. It can work out exactly how you envision it in your mind. But don't think that's the end all be all, because you could just be old.
Right. Because I got a personal story about reclassing. So when I was going to be a freshman, Dwayne Haskins was from Jersey. His dad had asked me to reclass and stay with him. But the coach at my high school was saying, yo, you're gonna play varsity as a freshman, like. And so I'm going back with him, like, yo, like, and at this time, like, he not Dwayne Haskins. He a good quarterback, but it's like, I'm not about to reclass for your son, like, because we had worked out in the off season and all like that, and I ended up not reclassing. And sometimes I think back, like, the reclass would have been good for me in a sense of not necessarily ready, but in a different position. Maybe I'm at a different high school, better high school, or something like that, because I would have been with him. So that's just a story I have on it, because I was always I'm not reclassing. Like, fuck about you want me to stay to play younger? I was always trying to play up.
Right.
Younger, I'm always trying to play up, and so I never liked reclassing until recently, where like I see some benefits of it. You know, I'm still in the middle. I don't care one way or the other, but I do see some of the benefits to it now for sure.
Yeah, like, that's the good thing about it. Like, we're not saying don't reclass.
Right.
It may work for you.
Because we know people that has reclassed and it's working great for them. Like I know if I felt the need, if anybody want to call and ask me what I can talk about, I'll tell you. It's working fabulous for his son. Okay. But then again, I know some guys and it's not working. Okay.
And they at home talking about how nice they was in youth football.
And I mean, that's not what it is. Again, the goal.
I'm a champion, B. I ain't holding no punches. And I'm 17 years in the game. I've been coaching a long time. And I'm still young enough. I'm still young enough to throw these hands too. What we talking about, man? Yeah.
You already. But like I said, man, again, we're not saying no. We're not saying yes. I think the main thing that you kind of really heard me stressing and the guys below was plan.
Yep.
What's the goal? What's the plan? Put it to action, please. Because if you don't, then you're leaving yourself out for a real rough ride, honestly, if you don't have a plan, you know. And I know that there's certain places that you can reclass at, you know, to help you if you don't have a plan, for what I'm hearing. You know, I hear that
yes, a lot of those popping up too now. A lot of these
Parisi has a reclass program.
Yep.
I'm hearing a student athlete, I think on Preakness over there in like Patterson Wayne area. They have a basketball thing, I think, cooking with their reclass program. So
even us, we have an 8th grade program.
You do. Joe's got an 8th grade. I think Pope had an 8th grade. So it's spots. You know what I mean? So that's why I understand it. I've seen it where it works out great, and I also seen it where it didn't work out great. I think the ones that if I had to narrow it down, it's because they didn't have a plan. The plans was like just go back to Little League. The plan was go back to Little League. The plan was like, oh, just do this, and I'm gonna be bigger than everybody else, or you know, just because I did this, I'm gonna be better than everybody else. And you know, that's not the plan. Here's the thing I always say: if you ain't better than everybody now, staying back ain't gonna make you better than everybody. So like, throw that right out the window. Like, you can't not be the man, and then I'm gonna reclass be better than them guys. No, this guy's younger than you, better than you. So you know, we gotta make sure we put this into perspective a little bit now. You know, and I get it. Everybody's baby is their superstar, but that just makes them your superstar, not everybody's superstar. You feel me? So that's right there. You know, that's how we kicking on that one. What else I had on this, B? Did I have another topic behind this one? Because I like that we was talking about. I was talking about the JUCO thing, and I think this next one is going to get right to it.
Is that where you want to go? Oh,
yeah, with that article.
You got to be clear with that, sir.
Well, I mean, you can take me to where you want me to go, but you already know I'm gonna shoot him out and get it done.
Yeah, ain't no school tomorrow. They need to hear this.
You already. So
I did find a video that was talking about the wages of the NFL and how they break all that shit down and shit. But
nah,
this
I don't want that one. That one. I want that one.
Nothing. You just say you didn't want. All right.
We low key touched on it a little bit.
Yeah, but that's why I wanted to get to it, because you know we was already kind of in there, you know. So you already know the landscape of college football recruiting is undergoing a semantic shift. Make sure I got that right. If I ain't got it right, y'all help me out now. High school players once destined for Division I rosters may now find themselves competing for spots at FCS Division I, Division II, and Division II levels, all thanks to roster limitations and the ripple effects of the transfer portal. JUCO programs are poised to become the unofficial farm system for powerhouse schools. Just in case anybody know what that means, that's when the D1 school will just put you in the JUCO, let you sit there and bring you back out. So that's kind of what used to happen is probably going to happen again, like she was saying. With increased funding and oversight from larger programs, this dynamic could redefine player development pipelines. In this new reality, the top recruiting focus narrows dramatically. Only the nation's top 300 high school prospects might hear their names called in big-time programs. The game has changed, and the path to college football glory is more complex than ever. What should high school players do? So I pulled this off of Instagram, actually on Facebook. I'm a part of this coaches group right here, Black Football Coaches United, and I saw it and I said, yo, this is a great read. You know what I mean? I wanted people to kind of understand what he's saying. What he's saying is, yes, like what we just spoke on. High school football players, you have to plan yourself out accordingly because the game is changing right in front of you. Now, I didn't know, fellas, if that rule is all the way completely passed, or did it just pass for the Vanderbilt quarterback? I know that's kind of what it really was about. You know, he ended up having 2 years in the JUCO, where both years he only had 4 games he played, which gave him 2 red shirts, then put him on to the college level. So I don't know if that was an official one, but I'm a guaranteeing just based on what you're saying, with junior college is probably dying, that this system is going to definitely be the way, and that rule is going to be the land of the lake moving forward.
There used to be a lot of loopholes in the JUCO system where we used to. It's crazy. You can stop a kid's clock from starting, so his clock doesn't automatically start when he gets to JUCO.
Right. Okay.
So if let's say he gets there in the summertime or the springtime, he can take partial credits, meaning he can take 4 credits and still be a college student. Now, the only time his clock officially starts is when he starts taking 12 or more credits. So we used to, if we get bounce backs or we get kids to try to get into junior college early, we'll put them on a partial credits. So it could be anything under 12. So now, once summertime hit and we start practice, now they get into their full-time credits, which is 12. Now their clock starts. So we had, and even in the JUCO level, you could take kids that don't even have a high school diploma. So you can take a kid, he can drop out of high school, and one of the junior colleges, they had a GED program. So while he's taking his GED program, it's called the gray shirt. So he can do everything with the team except play because he's working on his GED. So there was so many different types of loopholes to try to get kids eligible, to get them to graduate early, the trimesters. It was crazy. It was like the Wild Wild West. Hence why junior college is dying so bad with the portal. So they couldn't make this rule as far as giving guys the opportunity to go back to junior college without eliminating all of those loopholes. Because if I'm a kid, I already did 2 years in college at Miami, why the hell am I going to junior college and I lose my eligibility? That don't even make no sense.
Right.
So
I can just go straight over to Clemson.
I get right, and if nobody's offering me, now I'm sitting at home trying to pay for college. All right, you know what? Go to JUCO. You don't have to worry about your eligibility. All right, bet I can do that. Go there for a year. We'll do what I got to do. I mean, it's crazy. It's just crazy.
That helps me out. I got it now. That helped me right there. Coming out of high school, I didn't get it. That right there, that made perfect sense. And if things ain't working for me, I can just drop down to the junior college. It don't really go affect me and bounce up. That's a good.
Because even though colleges aren't supposed to talk to kids before they hit the portal, there's loopholes to get around it. Right. So I heard the Washington State coach talk about it. The faster you understand that there is no rules, then the better off you'll be. So most of the time, most kids already know or have been in contact with the other school before they even hit the portal. Whether it's through a middleman, however it is, the communication happened, it happened. A lot of times, kids just jump in the portal with nothing. That's what's happening. There's too many of those kids that's in the portal with nothing. So now where do we put all of these kids? All right, JUCO's dead anyway. Throw them in JUCO. Let them battle it out and come out. But for the high school kid, it doesn't make sense. I'm just telling you now for the high school kids. Because you're going to run into the same problem. And like we all talking about, it's going to force you to think, all right, my kid has to be older. Because now he's going to junior college, and this kid that was at fucking Miami for 4 years or 3 years, now he's 26 in JUCO, and he still has 2 years of free college. So now when he comes out of JUCO, he's 29. So my high school kid has to be older. But you just got to be careful because sometimes you can age out of high school too.
Definitely can.
You can't play within a year.
I hate this for high school players. I hate it. I hate it so much. And of course, there's like you said, those are the benefits to it. That's going to help the college guys out. But for high school kids, I hate this. The transfer portal was already fucking high school kids up.
Yep.
Right? It was already fucking high school kids up. Now this on top of that, like it says here, if you're not the top 300 high school prospects, you're gonna be shit.
You're probably not gonna get a call.
You're gonna be shit out.
You're probably not gonna get a call.
And I just don't like it. I just don't like it, man.
And
But now, does that mean he don't belong in a Division One?
No, I don't think that's what it means. I think here's the thing, like you said, the colleges don't care how old you. I mean, they don't care how old you are. Now the NFL, right? They want you younger.
Yep.
But in college, if to build my powerhouse, I have all 24-year-olds on my team, then I'm gonna have all 24-year-olds on my team, right? To them, they gonna win at their level. They don't care how
The
old.
same way we talk about Little League, right? Getting that guy to come
exactly.
back.
The same thing we talk about Little League.
The same thing on the college side, right?
If my powerhouse, if I need all 24, 25-year-olds to build my powerhouse, then that's what I'm going to do. So, like, I just don't like this for high school athletes. And like I said, like, college is not the NFL. I don't want to see 25-year-olds playing against 25-year-olds. If I want to watch them, watch the league.
Right.
I want to see. I want it to be more amateur. But you know what I'm saying? I'm not in charge of nothing. So,
but
it's
what
tough.
about what if we could get the parents to drop that sign down a little bit that say D1 or bus, and just say school for free with the best opportunity?
Because
then if that's the case,
the influencers ain't telling them that. The people that they're getting their information from ain't telling them that. And plus, with the lower level, the D3s and the D2s, your academic got to be higher than trying to go D1. Because that's where you're gonna get a lot of your funding from when you go to the Division 3 level. That's why nobody's saying Division 3, go Division 3, because they know you got to be, your GPA got to be a certain level. So at going Division 1, yes, you have to have great grades, but Division 3 levels don't really give out athletic scholarship.
No, they don't at all.
Yeah, so your scholarship money is going to be.
They call them academic.
Yeah, I try to be. You know what I mean? Dom is tripping. So a lot of your school money is going to come from academics at the lower levels. So why would I promote that? Because that's going to change the narrative of stop focusing on football so much and focus on school. And then it breaks down all of the narratives of reclassing and doing all of this, because now we preaching more education than we actually doing sports. So even in that article, I didn't see D3 up there. I saw Division 1, I saw Division 2, right? I didn't see Division 3 in there.
Right.
You know what I mean, so that's just part of all of these narratives that we just got to get out of. It forces everybody to try to make everybody happy. That's all this is. We're trying to make everybody happy.
But even then, like, it's going to be a trickle down effect. So those kids that aren't going to get those Division 1s that would have, they're going to be going D2. Those D2 kids, now they're going to drop down. So now there's going to be a whole group of kids that was going to play Division 3 that's not even going to get those opportunities to play college football at all, because it's going to trickle down. It's going to be so saturated. It's going to be too many kids.
Well, you got to have really good grades to go to Hobart.
True that.
So
Get your grades right.
Even if you're going down, you better have good grades because you got to get in that school.
No, that's
you got to have good grades to get into Muhlenberg.
That's
you got to have good grades to get into RPI.
RPI for real.
Because yes, they play good football there, but they ain't worried about that. When them kids graduate, they making they 6-7 figures. It ain't football or bust for those kids. So even
never
if you
and we ain't never teaching football or bust.
There you go.
Yeah.
Even if you go down, you still gotta have those grades, right? And then now you could kind of re-recruit yourself. That's one of the benefits of the portal, right? We talk about the left tackle that was at Oregon. He was at Rhode Island. He had a great year. He used that year to re-recruit himself, and he ended up being one of the best left tackles at Oregon. And he came from Rhode Island. So that's, it's like I said, we try to give you out a good and a bad on everything.
Right.
There is some benefit of the portal, right? Like I said, it's another form of re-recruiting yourself. Going to a lower level school, balling out, all conference, all this. Now the upper school is like, okay, I like him. Let me, you know what I mean? So it is a way to re-recruit yourself in that portal. It's just again, just getting the right information, please. And if you don't have it and you don't know the information, be careful of people that's giving you one-sided information and advice. Please.
No.
Please. Because if it sounds like that, please go elsewhere to get your information, please.
Right. B, you all right? You awake over there?
Sir.
What we got next, B?
You sent me another video. Shit, I didn't mean you took it off the damn screen. Yeah, you sent me two about the same shit, I do believe.
Let me hear
A Penn State kid who's the backup quarterback entered the portal and left a huge Twitter message about God and all this other shit. In that message, he stated, "This sucks because I can't leave any other time, so I have to leave my brothers during a playoff run." So the backup QB for Penn State in the midst of a playoff run is leaving his team. You made a decision. We call it grown man decision, meaning you have to live up to what you chose to do. Nobody put a gun to your head and said, go to Penn State, motherfucker. And then you agreed for a collective to pay you some sort of money, whatever it may be, small, little, big, I don't know. You are on a good enough team to be in a playoff, and you're now leaving those guys you agreed to and committed to for what? You have no idea, because that's the key. You have no idea for what. This is the NFL minor fucking leagues, and that is what you need to call it. Yep. Now we've created a way where you get cussed out, yelled at for missing a class, missing a practice. You just enter the portal. And this is what the problem has become. And you can't tell me it's about education and higher learning. This is about money, instant gratification, all about self. It's all I, no team. And this is what we've created, man. And it is sad, sad day.
So as you can see,
yo, he funny as hell, man. Yep, you ever seen the show, the JUCO show?
I watched. This is the one I had to go watch. After I watched this, I went and pulled right up. Like he's talking straight, like straight real facts. You know what I mean? Like no sugarcoat, no bullshit. Like it is what it is, and that's what y'all dealing with. Period. You know what I mean? So
one thing he said was there's a deadline where you have to enter the portal because it's a cutoff time. So you got to enter it at this cutoff time. So if you in that decision-making process of whether I should stay or should go, if you miss that deadline, you can't enter the portal. And then you got to stay, you know what I mean? It's people got to do their research, man, before they start doing stuff.
No, indeed. And then, the other part of this is this, right? And I think what he's also is talking about is the era that we're in right now. Just because you're not playing, don't mean you should leave. Maybe you might need to stick it out. Maybe you need to learn a little bit more. Maybe is the goal for everybody to just keep bouncing until we are the players? Or do sometimes you got to kind of take your time in certain situations and learning from the coaches, learning from the system, improving yourself? I think, is that an old school thing? I know that was obviously the way of the land back in the day. Sat your ass there till you got better. But once you got better, then you played.
Yeah, it's like what you said, Dom. Everybody think because you enter the portal, you want to get an NIL deal. That's the thing. Everybody thinking they getting money. Everybody they thinking they're gonna be Shedeur Sanders and all these guys. That's the problem.
Right.
So they thinking if I go to this other school, I'm gonna get the bag. Well, that's not really how it works.
And not only that, we gotta understand the generation. All they know is instant gratification. So if I go here for 1 year and I'm not getting what I want, I'm out because I'm not. Everything comes so easy for them, right? I'm glad I'm just a little bit above that generation. Everything is right. Just missed it. Everything instant gratification. So if they don't like you for it, all right, I'm about to go to a different situation. All right, I'm about to again go to a different situation. And it seemed like none of them really sticking it out. Right, they don't have any grind in them.
Well,
and not everybody, but a lot of them.
No. The adults are doing it too. So if I'm coaching with you, and I'm on your 7-on-7 team, and I don't like how you calling plays, guess what I'm now going to do as the adult? I'm gonna make third quarter elite.
Yep, get my
so
own
now
team.
what we saying? Now, I mean, So we gonna be saying the kids are doing it, but look at the adults. You see it I'm third quarter elite now. We gonna smoke you for three quarters, and we, you know what I mean? Because they ain't like how you was running fourth quarter elite. The shit is crazy.
Nah, the shit is crazy. The shit is crazy. It's trickling up, because now the older people's like they want instant gratification too. Now it's crazy.
And look at town ball. If you look at middle school town ball, right? They penalize the fat kids that's just naturally fat. It just is what it is. They mama big, they daddy big, they grandma big. They can't play town ball because they didn't meet the weight limit, because little Timmy, he can't play because you too big. So now that kid that's just big because his whole family is big, he got to try to lose 30 pounds in a month.
Right.
When some adults can't lose that, like it's just make everybody happy society that we're creating.
That was my life growing up. That was Pop Warner back in the day.
Like, I can't help it. The kid is big. What you want me to do? Hey, we gotta lose weight. Come on, man. How fair is that to him? So it's yes, the kids are only gonna mimic what they see and what they hear. But we're in a society now where we gotta make everybody happy. You can't make everybody happy.
That participation trophy shit, I can't stand it.
You can't make everybody happy. That's the problem. And it's the adults making the rules.
And you know what?
It's crazy. What
I was going to say was, it's one of those things where we have to, like, again, what we're going to always preach on this show here is just trying to make sure we're realistic. And reality is everyone isn't never going to be happy. Like I said, right. Like when we had the young man on earlier that went from Morgan and now he's at the other school in West Virginia. One of those things that we spoke about was some days going to be your day and some days ain't going to be your day. You know what you do? You dust yourself off, you keep it moving. So like, that's the narrative that we're going to, like, I'm sorry, that's going to be the only one-way narrative that I'm going to point. That it's going to be one of those things where life is life. And my father used to always tell me, either you adapt or you die, okay? So it's one of those things where you're going to make sure that you are doing, sometimes you're going to work hard. You're going to do, your bench press numbers going to go up, your squat numbers going to go up, your route running going to be superb, you're going to catch a lot of passes, and you're still not going to make All-State.
Yep.
It happens. Shit just happens, okay? So what, that whole wanting everything to be, participation, you guys are right. That's who we're at, because, and Kill, I think you are right, how it's trickling up where every parent and mom and dad and uncle wants, auntie wants their kid to be the best player on the team. And you're asking yourself, if everyone's the best, like if everybody got to catch passes, who's going to throw the ball? You know what I'm saying? If everybody's going to throw the ball, who's going to catch the passes? Everybody's going to understand the rules.
How I like to coach, how I like to train, it's like to me, football is so comparable to life. Like, the stuff that you go through, overcoming stuff, right? If everybody is getting what they want, you're not preparing yourself for how the real world is, because that shit not happening in the real world, right? This job not gonna just gonna keep you because we're gonna keep everybody. No, they'll fire your ass quick. Right, your relationship's always not going to be gravy. Like it's just ruining people's mindset for when they actually out in the real world.
Yep. And if you don't get the job from the interview, your mom and your daddy can't go in the office and say, "Why you ain't hired my son?"
Can't save you.
You can't go like that, man. But
don't you know, my son's a good son. He's a good child. You should give him that job.
Yeah, it's crazy. And when you talk about adapting, I want to highlight Deshaun Stewart. So Deshaun Stewart is a DB of mine. He's going off to Ohio State this year. Deshaun Stewart never played DB because he was always with Dez and Elijah Burris. So when he got to high school, he like, listen, we need a corner. What you want to do? I'll go play corner, coach, and was starting at corner since his sophomore year going to Ohio State.
Right.
He had to adapt. He could have said, "No, man, I'm staying at receiver. I've been a receiver. I'm da 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 da." Who knows how it would have turned out? But I just want to paint the picture of what Dom is talking about is being able to adapt. Right? He was able to adapt, and it ended up working out for him because he never played DB, but he's 6'2".
Speaking of and on that topic too, I get some schools only have you play one way. I think DePaul's is that type of school, right? Kids only go one way. So when kids come to me and play 7-on-7,
you might see the number one running back go to safety. I've seen that shit before.
Right. So when kids come to me, I'll tell them, yo, listen, you're gonna play when we in this 7, you're gonna play both ways. Because you learning it's only gonna help you. Because they'll move your ass quick once you get to college. Oh, you play receiver? Well, guess what? You come in and play DB here. You play quarterback, you might fuck around and be a tight end. I've seen that.
We've seen that. I've seen that.
The guy that was in the Redskins, he was Logan. I think he was a quarterback.
Yep.
Right.
That happened to Ronnie Hickman. Ronnie Hickman played both ways in high school. What ended up happening was Ohio State, they offered him, but they offered him as a safety because he didn't have the long speed that they were accustomed to at the time. So they're like, oh, shit, you can play defense too. Come over here and play safety. And he did what he did. So I always encourage guys, to your point, Akil, if you can play both sides of the ball, play both sides of the ball because you never know what can happen at the next level.
Exactly. And even if you're not playing both sides of the ball, don't be afraid to learn it.
Yep.
Right? Don't seek that knowledge. And it's only going to make you better on your side of the ball anyway.
You a DB, right? Go and get you some receiver reps. Learn how they got to move. What is a guy like Sheed teaching his receivers?
It only
I
going to
bet
help
if
you
I work with them, now when I go up against these guys, I get some of the tricks of the trade.
Exactly.
But if you ain't trying to learn that part, you just going to find yourself looking like, oh, and they're going to be like, all day long on your head. So, got to be able to be, multiple things, man.
Versatile. Got to be versatile.
You young guys may not know who Jerry Rice is, but Jerry Rice said he ain't do receiver drills. He said he did where he studied DBs.
There it is.
Some of your best safeties in the NFL were quarterbacks in high school, i.e. Ed Reed.
Yep.
The greatest of all time.
Like some of these guys.
There you go. That Baltimore talk, and all of a sudden it's the greatest of all time. Be cool, man.
Which means all of a sudden.
You might be.
But, I get it. What else? What you got for me? We got DM recruiting next?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just wanted to throw this up there because I found it real interesting. Hopefully y'all find it interesting too because I didn't know this shit.
Real NFL contract and how it works. He gets a $9.9 million signing bonus and he gets $750,000, which is the league minimum. $10.7 million he's getting, but now he got to pay Uncle Sam. Federal taxes are $4 million. Then state taxes in Michigan are almost $700,000. And then he's got to pay something called the jock tax. You might know what that is? If you're an NFL player, pro athlete, whatever, you have to pay taxes in every single state you play. So you play for the Dallas Cowboys that has no state income tax, great. Like Will Levis plays in Nashville, right? Tennessee has no state tax, that number's 0. But then when you go play in California, guess what happens? You pay tax in that state. You've gone from $10.7 to $5.8 million. So half your money is going and you have not spent a dollar. And guess who doesn't know that? The people asking you for money. All they see is in the paper, you getting $10.7 million. I saw the NIL deal, you getting $300,000. Give me some of that. Give me $100,000. Got $200,000 left. And if you don't know no better, okay, cool. All right, I got you, mom. You raised me. Here's $100,000. I got $200,000 left. Uncle Sam goes, all right, but I need $150,000 of that. So you only have $150,000. You gave 9% of your money to your mom. So you didn't know. It's about putting a plan in place. If you know this going in, you can do everything you want to do if you plan. If you don't, you're playing catch up. We can simplify all this stuff. That's our goal. Everybody has different responsibilities. Our goal is to make sure whatever yours are, we help you navigate it.
Yeah, he ain't lying.
So I actually just reposted this today.
I ain't know they text you like I ain't know they text you coming and going. God damn.
Yeah. So I just learned that a couple of years ago. I had a good friend of mine who did a stint with the Giants, and he just told me, yo, when I go play here, I get taxed there and get taxed from my home state. And that shit is crazy, yo. Half your paycheck is gone. Half. Maybe a little bit more than
baseball not a bad sport, fellas. If you want to entertain baseball, you want to entertain, another sport, I get it. You know, basketball not bad as long as you're good at it. Not a bad sport to entertain, but understanding this sport of football and this sport of football, it's real, right? And that's why a lot of times, like I love the part he was like, the people don't know, you know what I'm saying, that you getting hit like this because all they see is, yo, I heard you caught that $20 million deal, dog. I heard you caught the $50 million deal, dog. Let me hold some. So, you know.
Hey, hold on, he ain't even taking count of, I gotta pay my agent. I gotta pay everybody on my staff, whoever, if all the people on your staff, you got lawyers or whatever.
And look,
you ain't take that into account.
Pay back loans, you know, because I knew I was gonna be that top draft pick. So, you know, that ice, that card, you know, before the check came, I gotta run that money back.
And you got bills, you got your own bills.
You living above your means.
You know, it's your first real apartment. So now you live in a condo.
Watching the fucking sunset and shit.
Hey man, listen, but this is a good reason why a lot of guys, this is a good reason why guys are broke. You know what I mean? On mismanaging the funds. That's why I remember in the conversation we was talking to the young man with the 7-on-7 program, and you heard me say to him, like, yo, credit, money management. Okay. These are things what he's saying. Also opposed to what I was saying to him earlier, they matter. Like Kill, you was telling him, learn how to manage that money.
Handle that first.
Handle that money first. Because in coaching for a long time, like I think me and you probably have been, right? It's always another kid. It's always another kid where he's down and out, where he just need a little help, where, you know, it's just this and that. And you're going to always find yourself like, if you keep finding yourself doing this, like digging, I'm digging in my pocket, eventually you got nothing to dig for. Okay? Exactly. So you got to honestly protect. I always start doing this. Protect yourself. Yep. Know it's okay. Again, like we said earlier about this instant gratitude era. No exists in this era. I don't care if people don't like it or not. You know, your girl might not like it. It is what the fuck it is. No exists. So you got to always understand protecting your star player and your brand, right? So if you have it, and it's quotations because rainy days come. So if you have it and you can help, cool. Do your numbers. I always try to get something out of it. Kill, I don't know if you do it, but for me, it's like, I'll help you with this, but you got to help me with that. So I don't care if it's cleaning up the facility sheet. I don't care if it's like packing up all of my equipment. Like, you going to work. That's the one thing that has to happen. It needs to be a barter. Got to be a barter.
Oh, for sure.
I'll give you something, but you got to give me something. And Mom, I'll hook him up with this, but making turkey and cheese sandwiches, that ain't gonna cost much. I'll get you all the turkey and cheese to put together. You're gonna make the sandwiches. So it's just one of those things where you can find a way to make it work for everybody. It goes the right way. But money management and credit, very, very big. Go ahead, Kill. I know.
And one thing I wanted to push, I wanted to say about the video is, I will say a lot more programs and videos of money management for athletes have been popping up a lot more recently in the last couple of years. So I do think that's a positive. Hopefully they're being ran on the up and up. Mm-hmm. But I will say a lot more there's a lot more access to that education, you know, for the athletes that are coming up now. So I think that's a big thing, a positive thing for the athletes.
It's called a smartphone. Don't be a dumbass operating the smartphone. Take your time, research your shit. Might find you something. A lot of people be like, Don, how'd you figure that out? Call Google. Went in there, camps. Google. Pop right up. That's my queen, that's my mom, y'all. And so that's kind of how that goes. Like, sometimes you're going to be able to reach out to guys like Kill, B. Like, you know, Don, sometimes it's going to happen. Sometimes don't be a dumbass operating the smartphone. Sometimes the answer is actually in there. So take your time, find you some information, And then with the information you find a kill, find she, find Don, and then say, what you think about this? Like these videos that we just pulled up, straight social media. And then what I do is pull the video up, fellas, let's talk about it. What you think? And that's all you want to do, parents. Just take your time with this thing. But for those that don't have any answers on how to get it done, as you can see from the sign in front of you, DM Recruiting is here. And it may not cost you a little, may not cost you a lot, but it's going to cost you. So I just want everybody to understand that, what we're doing here, Brandon, I still can never thank you enough for kind of bringing this vision to the light. But this DM Recruiting is a very, very, very brand new but phenomenal tool that's going to be hitting the streets. Next month is going to be our month where we're going to be doing classes. We're going to bring in hopefully about 70 kids to the classes. I want to get 10 kids per position group in these classes. We're going to talk about your recruiting, social media, camps to go to, like we discussed a little bit earlier today. We're going to be talking about how to set your film up. We want to talk about where to send your film, being realistic with your goals and things. We're doing everything in DM Recruiting. And then we're going to pair you up with coaches in the classroom that you'll speak to for an hour. And the conversation is going to be things like top 5 things to be a good receiver. After those top 5 things to be a good receiver, maybe the next conversation is how you should set your film up as being a good receiver. What are coaches looking for in that film for receivers, whatever the case may be, or for every position? Because again, I'm trying to get all 7 positions inside the room. And then obviously after we're finished with those conversations, other question and answer periods with that guy, that trainer in that room. Then after that, everybody come back. We're going to have an educational piece that we're going to bring out there about what's important with the GPA, what classes are really counting, the core classes, not just all of the classes. And I'm going to have people that's going to come out and talk about that. And all for the low cost for $25.80. So please, if you're looking for information on how to jumpstart your...
That's a steal.
Hey, listen, man. I said it may not cost you a little, may not cost you a lot, but it's going to cost you, But I'm definitely trying to put something together next month on January. What's my target date for that? I think we said we're going to go the 26th of January. As a Thursday, we're going to have our first virtual classroom with this thing. So please, ladies, gentlemen, dads, moms, uncles, aunties, please just funnel in. Because I'm telling you what you're going to get out of that meeting. You're going to get a lot. And again, we're just going to keep it going and keep it going and keep it going. So today we're going to break down some film on a couple of the guys who definitely send us some film. And we put pretty much our postcard. This is what we're going to send out to the colleges, these digital postcards. And what the postcards are is pretty much your picture on the side. It's going to have your name, your information underneath. It's going to have like 3 or 4 of your clips, 3 to 5 of your clips up here. But that's all we really want. We just want something to put into a Twitter inbox, to put into a cell phone inbox, anything, just to send it to a coach and say, Coach, what you think? And then hopefully we can get an impression on that coach. He comes back and goes, I need to see more. And once we get that, we're going to hit him with full force. You already know that. So, Brandon, tell us what we got working first. Who we got cooking?
So, again, before y'all send these clips in, please go watch the old shows because Coach She and them done told y'all what to do and what not to do already. But since some people don't listen,
you be annoyed with them, right? You be like, you little
don't
mother.
listen. But we're gonna get into it one way or another. This is DM Recruiting. All right, watch these clips. Give feedback. This is Tydarius.
All right, hold on. Pause before we get a play in. Pause it. Pause before we get the play in. So, Kill, you heard me talking about the digital postcard, right? So this is what it's going to look like right here.
Yep.
As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see how this goes. His first name, last name, obviously the school he's in, class, height, weight, position, all of that there. Clearly, his name is the pulling guard. Okay, that's cool. We also did suggest that we like their @ names to be your name. Just kind of makes it easier to find. When I'm looking for Tydarius Miles, I'm going online. I'm looking for Tydarius Miles. I don't really want to look for the pulling guard because guess what? I might find another pulling guard. So you want to make sure you put the right stuff up there. And then obviously, we're going to have his email at the end. So I just want to kind of give that shout out before we started watching the film on how the layout of this thing works, and then educating them on what they should have as far as certain things, which is, like I said, that screen name, But now we're going to watch, and I guess we should be looking for the guard. Let's see if he highlights himself. I see number 55 in the pictures. Let's see if he highlights himself in the play.
Nope, hard to find him.
Yeah.
Play number 2.
Okay, come on. And again, we're gonna chop it up about this. We're gonna chop it up about this. Play number 3.
Number 3.
Oh boy.
And so rewind it. We'll get into it now. I already kind of know what Akil is gonna say, but Akil, because you are our guest here with our first time on this, start it up. Break down what you think.
Second time.
First thing about this film.
This is second time here, sir.
Fact, this is my second time. This is my second time. Don't short me.
You broke down the film with us too already? All right, my bad.
Last time he was there, I think.
Yeah, we said this shit last time too, though. Like, listen, if we said it last time, if I gotta find you, I'm cutting it off. As a college coach, that's what they thinking. I gotta look for you, search for you every play.
Right.
It's they don't have the time.
And this looked like this is on Huddle. So, some of it. That first looked like it was on Huddle. So you have those little highlight indicators. Yeah, this is Huddle. So you have those little highlight indicators, that the little arrows. You have those options when you're making your film. That's why y'all need to go ahead and get with the DM recruiting, so you guys can show you how to do that. Because your coaches may not have the knowledge either. So you can't really blame the kids. But we did say this every week. Make sure we know where you at.
That is definitely it, man. Every week. So my problem right now is I'm gonna just say sorry because I looked at it 2 times, 3 times already. Brandon, do you know where he is? Like, I'm sorry because I don't know if it's this 55 that's standing there that's doing nothing, or was it 55 from somewhere else. On this one,
that was standing there. That was close.
On this one, I don't know where he is. Like, I don't know who he is. Like that's
getting off the ground and shit. That's him
making a tackle.
Allegedly.
All right, so I'm looking for a defensive tackle. Like, see, like that's the thing. Like,
so in the offensive side. Hold on, pause it. Okay, so he should be like right here.
I'm assuming in this clip, it's the one that
right here
that had a pancake. That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah, allegedly. That's why I said allegedly.
Yeah, so young man that's watching us, we not trying to like shit on you, for lack of better words, but like Akil said, the college coaches is turning this off. They ain't got time to figure it all out. They ain't got time. They don't got time for this. So, get with the DM recruiting and pay that $25.80, and you'll learn how to fix all of this. Because you might be a good player, but we just don't know where you are.
Right. And that's what I'm totally agreeing with what you're saying. This is not a thing to say. Because look, the numbers look good. 6'2", 275, that looks good.
Yep.
Okay. So you got a foundation. But in order for us to get these schools to say, hey, I want to see more, or I want to bring you onto the campus, can you come to a practice? Like, they got to know who they're looking at, And again, we're going to help you with that. Just, stay in tune with the movement, because clearly we got the clips, you're in tune with what we're saying. You're watching us, or you at least caught the Instagram page. So, and everybody, please go follow DM Recruiting Instagram page. So you're seeing what we're asking for. Now, I need to lock all the way into what we're saying, and then let's follow through. Let's turn your recruiting up. What you got next for me, B?
Next, this is Los.
Carlos. Okay. Out of my boys' school. Well, this Archbishop he playing right there. Ooh.
You know what's crazy? I just put it together. This shit is crazy.
Okay. 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 Run it back for me, Turbo. Run that back for me.
You know what's crazy? I just realized
What?
this game, both of them was on the same fucking team before he transferred. So one is the guard and one is the tackle. Darius is the guard and Los was the tackle, and then Los transferred.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry, I just had that.
No, I got you. I got you.
Because he didn't want to play that tackle no more.
Yeah, that's why I asked him, because he said he played defensive line. I mean, the defense. And I said, you don't play offense no more? He was like, nah. I was like, oh. He always been aggressive.
Like that.
He talks shit all day long.
Good inside move there. Follow the guard, follow the play. Okay. So now what I've seen, honestly, 6'4" playing like 6'4". Gotta bring that pad level down a little bit.
Yep, that was the first thing. Yep.
I see I see the rip technique on the other guy. I'm seeing him getting hands on a guy here. But definitely want to drop this pad level, because on the next level, the other guy's going to be 6'4" too. That's not going to be able to work.
Yeah. I'm not a line guy, but I would like to see a little bit more power. I see he's good with his hands, good with his moves. I want to see him drive somebody ass back too. That's just my opinion. I'm not a line guy though, so I don't know.
No, I dig it. You want to see a little bull rush action?
Yeah.
Like this play right here, right? He takes on the guy, but like you kind of want to. I'd rather post him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Post him inside, and then you make that play a little easier, a little better. But again, I get it. Like you was talking about, I don't know who he works with, outside of the high school program. But this first clip, like you'll see where he is, and we'll understand pad level. He love that swim move. I see that's his thing, but that's because most big guys like to swim because it takes them up. You know what I mean? I like the play in the back. I think that last play he made, this one he rips inside, good rip technique, tackle flat down the line. I like that. This one here squeezes, guards pull, following the guard. I like all of that. You know what I'm saying? That just shows that you active. Definitely want to see you move a little faster. Definitely want to see you drop your pad level, and then just sharpen up your technique a little bit. Same two moves, but like I said, this one right here, and if you want slow it down, go back and slow it down. Like that guard, whoever that pulled, obviously he pulled and got outside of him. You know what I'm saying? Like he squeezed him. I seen a little bit, but if he would have squeezed it the right way, like it's crazy. And there's not even, and you could have wrong armed it, but not wrong arm, but squeezing him. It's a better play. That tackle was made past the line of scrimmage. It could have been made in the backfield. You know what I mean? But that's just learning how to be a better defensive lineman. You know what I'm saying? Like you just got to learn how to feel the offensive line and see what they're giving you. You know what I'm saying? They pushing you one way, then you know what to do. If you're going away from you, then look for trap, right? So that's what I was discussing. But good film, definitely was highlighted. Love the fact that highlighted, you knew who he was, good angles, so it wasn't like you had to search around for him. His best work, I have to look at it again. Run it back one more time. I would like that sack. I think that was for like a 5 or 10 yard loss. I like that to go first. And then that rip technique tackle for loss to go next. You're a defensive lineman. They want to see tackles for losses. They ain't really trying to see you make tackles at the line of scrimmage. Like this one right here, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? Like that was nothing. That should not be your first clip. That one should not be your first clip at all. Okay, then let me see. Go run it. Yeah, because one of these plays.
Wait, I was like, why did the motherfucker freeze up and shit? That's
I
like the
don't know,
third time that shit done did it.
This one should be the first play. That one, nope, not this one. This would be the second play. That first was the one we got that sack. Nope, this one should be the third play. This is flat down the line, following the guard, making a play in the backfield. It's that other play where he sacks the quarterback. This one, I think it is. Nope, that's the running back one. Actually, I might like that one as number 3. Then the flat down the line. Nope, go back. You're not a good driver right now.
Sir.
Here. What is this? This is the one.
I don't know. This shit keep. Why is it not playing?
You're the engineer. I don't know. But anyway, that was the first play. That was the big tackle for a loss with a sack. I'm telling you.
But to that point, I'll tell all my guys, put all your best plays in the front of the tape.
But you got to help them understand what's a good play.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
A lot of guys looked at that. He probably loved the way how he was and got inside on that first play. He thought that was the one. I'm a coach like, throw that out the window. That first play was that one where he made that big sack or whatever for a loss. That was a good play. Then, like I said, I like the other one next where he rips inside, make the tackle down at the line of scrimmage. Well, actually, like 2 yards or 1 yard behind the line of scrimmage. That's a good play. Those are plays they're looking for. The other one, there it is. Here it is. Bang. That's play one, man. That's play one. Big 6'4", staying outside, rushing up the field, making it happen.
Yep. Because what guys got to understand, just like we said, they'll cut the tape off if you're not highlighted. Even if you are highlighted, let's say your tape is 4 minutes, they're not watching all 4 minutes.
No.
They're gonna get what they could get out of the first 1 minute 30, maybe 2 minutes if you're lucky.
Yeah, I wouldn't put that last one, and I wouldn't put that first one. But the other clips are really good clips, and you just gotta put them in an order. You know. You got somebody next?
Yeah, I have one more. There's 2 more technically, but yeah.
Well, that one with the information I didn't give you, don't worry about that one.
Oh shit. Okay. Somebody sitting next to the dryer.
Not me, but I'll mute myself.
Oh yeah, that's me.
TJ Bailey, North Central in the house. Okay.
He didn't send me his pictures, so I had to go to his social media page and steal his pictures.
That works. I'm glad I got a receiver, so I'll let Kill and Sheed jump into this. Okay. So that's TJ. I think Tyshawn, I think his first name. TJ Bailey out of North Central. The numbers look good, 6'1", 162. I don't know if I like that name. That's his Instagram name, 6 times. Yeah, I mean, I get it as Instagram, but you definitely want to make sure your Twitter page don't say 6 times. You know, I like TJ Bailey, 24 or whatever it is, 27, you know, for that. Some of these clips are good because they just go straight to him. So, you know, kind of don't have to figure out where you are. Some of these clips, you do need to highlight yourself. Yeah, like, it's very important, fellas. Very important to highlight yourself, man, because this guy has, you got to put it into perspective, kids. Let's just use Greg Schiano for small terms. And I know a lot of people in New Jersey, the reason why I'm using it, because a lot of people in New Jersey probably think Greg Schiano is probably like not the guy, right? He don't have a lot of kids to look at. But understand, the college coach, think about all your friends trying to go to college, right? He got to look at all of your friends' film. And you think he's going to stop to sit down and go, all right, where is he? No, if you ain't, here I am, make the play. Here I am, make the play. Here I am, make the play. If you're not that, it's not being watched. And we got to make sure we put that into perspective, man. Like, got to make sure you show, here I am, here's the play. Got to go like that. You know what I'm saying? And some of you guys, if it's moving too fast, slow it down. Slow it down so you can see it. You know what I mean? But that's just me. Receiver guys, go at it.
You want to go first, Sheed?
Yeah, I'll go first. Yo, stop doing that, Brandon. You're gonna make me out to be the bad guy of the show, man. This is gonna be like a potential thing, because you're not seeing a lot of the intangibles. So because coaches are not gonna spend 5 minutes on looking if you have good releases and things of that nature, you want to have your splash plays first. Whether it's a play like this where you take the screen, I would want to see that screen to the crib. Because right there, that's just a good play, but that's not going to open my eyes to be like, oh, wow, right? So there's little things of that nature where you want to showcase your long speed as being 6'1", 160 pounds. You want to showcase your long speed. So what I mean by long speed is you taking something and you going, right? So ball skill-wise, you have it, right? Just like that clip there, right? Tracking the ball, getting it at its highest point. That's something that you're showing that you can do very well and consistent. So that's a plus with this film.
See, we on the same page. I'm thinking the same thing. Excellent ball skills, but I don't know if that's showing enough for us to see. We can't really tell how fast you are from these clips. We can't tell if you're a good route runner from these clips, right? So you're giving us one thing, but we got to see the whole package, right? So you need to be able to show off the ability to run routes, show off the ability, your speed to look different than anybody else's. And right now we only see in one piece, which is the ball skills. Got to be able to see everything else. But I was definitely on the same page.
All right. So now, fellas, I know you guys are probably listening and you're thinking, well, they're saying, route running and how to run the route is about how you start the film. So if you start the film off and it gets to show everybody and you go highlight, look, here he is. Now at that point, the coach is going to see you from the time you get out your stance to these good high point plays that you're making. Now I understand how you working your releases. Are you good or bad with it? Now I can see whether you're stretching the field. So go back to the very first clip, I think is that touchdown pass, right? See, from here, I want to see you from the line. I don't want to see you in the back end, okay? From the back end, cool, you made a great catch. So you can catch the ball, but I want to see how you get off. Did you hit that wrist, that DB, I'm even, I'm leaving, and that's how you got past him? Or was he already on you from the rip? Did he jam you and he was staying with you from the jam all the way back there? These the question marks. And again, these are the question marks we're going to ask. Next level, don't ask these questions. They just look. Yeah, maybe. Put it right there. No. Yeah, hell yeah. Like that's how it goes in these rooms. It's hell yeah. Or put it over there.
Right. Because a coach watching this film will say, "Oh, we like that. Didn't see enough though."
Yeah.
Right. And what's going to happen is, even if you have 3 minutes from being in those rooms recruiting high school guys, even if you have 3-4 minutes of film, if you don't spark my attention in those first 3, like we all saying, where you giving me something like, hold on, let me watch more, let me see, it's not going to happen because they're going to have 15 other receivers on that board, right? So you want to have those splash plays first, like we all keep saying, so where they're going to want to watch more of you, because it's not going to just be the receiver coach that's critiquing you. It's going to be the DB coach. It's going to be the defensive coordinator. It's going to be all these. Everyone's going to have an opinion on you. It's not just the receiver coach. It's not just the offensive coordinator. It's not just the head coach. It's going to be everybody in that room.
Yeah, because they all got a certain number of scholarships. So if I'm the D-line coach and the head coach only got 2 scholarships, but the receiver coach got 5 to get, I'm trying to steal them. Somebody be in the room like, yo, man, look, he going to get him. I get you a better guy if you give me another scholarship spot. So, you know, it get interesting in the line of business of college football. But
it is a competition because you're going to say, well, coach, this is the film he got showing. This is what the DB coach is showing. Hey, coach, I got 10 receivers right now that's better than that.
And
I'm the linebacker coach.
And a lot of kids think they're just competing with other receivers. No, when you compete for scholarships, you compete with other positions too.
Other positions.
Coach, I got 2 receivers way better than this. I don't even know why he wasted your, you know what I mean? That's the kind of competition that happens in the coaching rooms because believe it or not, you can get jobs by just being a great recruiter.
Mm-hmm.
You don't necessarily have to be a good coach at the college level anymore. As long as you can bring in talent, you're going to get jobs.
Talent is the key. So, Tashawn, thank you for dropping the film off.
He's young too. He's a 27. So,
Coach Mark, make sure you get with me. You know what I mean? Make sure we get with T. Let's make sure we put this together the right way. But this is definitely some good stuff. Now, I'll say this. He did just throw us mad clips. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, the way how, you know, as far as if we're looking at it now, he didn't really give it to us that way. So putting it in that, you know, put him out there. But again, like we talked about with the DM recruiting, way how we'll work it is we'll try to put it in the spots for him. But it's other things that he'll have to do for us, obviously, get us the huddle film where we got the view from here. And then I get to see where you are, how to start that release, whatever, getting to the ball and all of that and highlighting yourself there. So that's kind of how that goes again. But TJ, like I said, stay working, stay focused, good stuff right there. And let's keep on building. Anybody else, B, or that was it?
No, that's the last one. You said don't worry about it because they ain't got all the information on it.
Yeah, well, Hans don't have his stuff on there, so I mean, and that's my fault. I just trying to put it out there. You know, I mean, if we want to show the film, you can show the film. But his name is Hans Archer. He's a 26 because that's next year, I'm thinking. Because he's a senior, so 26, offensive lineman, out of Columbia High School. I think he's an interior guy. Yeah, there go the highlight. He's an interior guy. That's how I wouldn't mind showing the clips.
Yeah, with these big linemen, man, pad level.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I wish he would have finished right there.
That's it.
Okay. You know, Hans is one of my newer guys that working with us in the off season. She and I might bring him up a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, put a little angel dust on him. You know, he's a really good kid, great grades. You know, like I said, he's kind of new to our organization as far as with the DM and the DM recruiting. But as you can see in the film, you know, like we said, she pad level high. You know what I'm saying? Got to bring that down. But he is active. I like the fact that he can pull and seal blocks off. It was one play, I think, the one that you said she's going to finish when he tags to the backer. You know what I'm saying? That was a good move, but then he put that backer down. You know what I'm saying? The opportunity. He's about 6'4", so you're a big guy like that. You know, them coaches want to see you get him and put him down. Like I was watching the Penn State game. That tight end took that guy to the back of the end zone. Like that's what the guys want to see when you block. They want to see. Some people think that offensive guys can't be nasty. You got to be very nasty as an offensive lineman.
It should be the nastiest.
Right. You know what I mean? You want to get your hands on them, and you want to just run dudes, man, and try to put them down. And look, and hip throws ain't pancakes. Make sure I say that because you got a lot of these guys. I watch a lot of film, and they think because they done did a little sumo hip toss that it was a pancake. Not a pancake.
Something like that.
And a thing with him, he mentioned it, his pad level, because if he drop his pad level, them kickouts become pancakes.
Yep.
Right? And that'll look good, right? Because to me right now, those pulling kickout blocks, they're okay. Right?
They're
But
okay. Yeah.
He's not low enough. If he get a little lower, now he's gonna put them on their ass. And now,
Go back to the film a little bit, B.
the film looks a lot different.
Yeah. And that's exactly because here, this is what every offensive coach and hell defensive coach would say. You pulled on that guy. That guy didn't know you was coming. So you should have been able to flatline him. But what you're doing is when you're pulling, it's holding the edge.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good job by the D lineman to be the DN, to be honest.
Yeah, to force it inside.
Yeah, if the D line can hold his ground from that hit, that's a good job from him.
Yeah, that was the one.
This is potential. He got potential because the size that attracts the eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like I said, I'm hoping with a good solid off season, and people gotta understand the time ain't really next year. Oh, excuse me, ain't really next year. It's next May. Like May is when he gotta look good. Okay. Because that's when you're gonna be going to the college camps. That's when you got the college gonna be looking at you. Actually before May. When do they come up to y'all school? It's like April?
Yeah, April, yep.
Right. So kids like
and what year is he?
He's a junior now, so that's 26, I think.
Yeah, that's 26.
Yeah, 26 is a junior now. So, I mean, I'm posting it on my page. I know she posted it on his page. I know Kill with his 7-on-7 program, you'd have the training part of it too, right? You know what I mean? Guys, if you are 26, man, it's extremely important right now to get with guys that can help you be solid at your position. So critical. So critical. So like we just said, in April is when they're going to be coming around and they're going to want to see whether your pad level is high or is low. Okay, whether you can get off, how you run your routes, are you running the right way? These things are crucial. All right, and then you'll get a second opportunity after April, which will come in May. But we all know first impression is the best impression. So you want to make sure that when those schools come around in April, you're looking the part. But you gotta get with solid dudes, consistent trainers, man. You gotta, or if you're going to play 7-on-7, get with solid guys, not guys that's not going to practice and just get there, hold up the clipboard. Like, listen, man, I'm not saying I'm not a fan because I've had 7-on-7 programs and I'm going to have another one. But if you ain't practicing and not just on the plays, practicing on your skill, it's not, you're doing yourself a disservice. You really are. You have to get with a program that's going to also work on your skill as well as the plays, man. You got the floor, man.
I talked to my parents. I said, listen, that first month we gonna work on the playbook because we have to.
Mm-hmm.
But after that first month, it's straight skill work. It ain't no more fucking plays because we're gonna draw the plays up in the offense. The defense, we only do 3-4 coverages. You should ain't nothing else to fucking go over at practice.
Mm-hmm.
That last 2 months of the season, skill work. We training. We're training. That's all we doing.
Right.
So put that workout on the field. Got to.
Yeah,
Got to. And another thing is consistency. A lot of these kids, they'll go come train with me for a day. 3 weeks go by. Yo, coach, when our next session? I'm not chasing nobody for no work. You want work? Hit me up. If not, one session a month is not going to do it for you.
No. You have to get a regiment to order to see improvement in your game. For some of my guys, she to tell you, he had a thing about 3 regular guys, I believe, like Ion, Sydney, and David was like my regular guys.
Mm-hmm.
We would go once a week, sometimes twice, depending on what the schedule permitted. And it was consistent. I think we went from January all the way into like camp season. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be a consistent regimen. Because guess what? The more consistent you come, not only will the trainer be able to help you like on some of your mistakes, but you'll learn how to not make the same mistake. You know what I'm saying? Because you're consistently going and growing. But if you just go once a month, I mean, thanks for the donation, but nothing's gonna change. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I usually cut people off that come like that because for me, right, a lot of my sessions are mostly group sessions, and I coach in progression.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm coaching in progression, and then you showing up once every 2 weeks, you slowing down everybody else. So
Yeah.
I ain't got time for that. That's not my problem.
And the other kids gonna tell you like, yo, like, bro, you might gotta go.
My group gonna tell you he tripping.
They're gonna be like, you gotta go because like at the end of the day, everybody has a goal. Like, you know, parents have goals. They out here spending their time and their money. You know what I'm saying? Kids got goals. They putting in their effort and their time. So ain't nobody really got time for people that want to part-time this thing. Okay, you really gotta dive into it and get a full-time regimen with somebody, man, for real. And then make sure it's somebody that, I know it's hard, man, but just make sure it's somebody that you can talk to and try to let them understand what your goals are. And you could be appreciative of their blunt honesty of what your kid is. Because that's what it really comes down to when you're working with, you know, trying to get your kid from one level to another level. You have to be honest about where he is. And then we got to also be honest with the trainer on what else you think he need to do. You know, I always tell, we had this in our last conversation, that we had a team. Me, a mom, a kid, she was a trainer, a coach. We was all on one look, what's the mission for him? How do we make this work? And we put a plan together for that. You have to be honest. Okay, if you have that, like we talked about earlier, that everybody wins mentality, that participation mentality, it's not gonna work for you. I'm telling you, you get ate up by these dogs out here. It's real life dogs, and you get ate up by them, and ain't nobody gonna be mad but you. Because in this world, since everybody think they're good, right? They show that they're good too. So you'll be the next victim of somebody's TikTok. You'll be the next victim of somebody's Instagram and all of that other stuff, because you didn't put yourself in the right position. One, not being honest with yourself, and two, not taking the time out to build and grow in the off season. In the off season, it might be a big word, but it's a short fucking time, and you got to maximize on that time. You feel me? But I don't know if we got anything left on the show. B, I ain't got to go to work tomorrow, so I ain't mind talking all night, fool. You feel me?
Now you got time and shit.
Yeah, I got time. I'm rejuvenated. I didn't have nothing to do today.
Must be nice. Must be nice.
Hey, listen, I didn't have no trial like the rest of y'all that was running around. Trial. Like, nope, not me. I'm chilling right now. But, you know, big things are happening in the DM. Like I said, one, we discussed it just now, DM recruiting. And there's going to be a DM recruiting, what I want to call it. I'm sorry if I'm stuttering this topic. But they're going to have a DM recruiting seminar. It's going to be in January. Please, everybody, tune in, jump on it. $25.80 for the knowledge that's going to give you everything you need. Trust me. Just to learn on how to even start the recruiting process is beneficial. If you don't come back after that, hey, cool. But if you do, you're going to get more out of it. Trust and believe. But we're going to have, again, some very good coaches in those rooms. So if you have questions to ask those coaches, it's going to be a good time to do that. So again, just make sure everybody reach out to me. Stay in tune. DM recruiting, another big thing that's coming up live. Our DM trainer sessions are turning out to be amazing right now. Shout out to Center Court for kind of like listen to the vision, rocking with me, and we're going to keep growing and building on that. So we're doing 2 hours of position work and strength training. It's an indoor turf facility inside Montclair, New Jersey, 14 Depot Place. Please, anybody that got questions about it, just reach out to me. I am not the only show in town. I'm a trainer that respects trainers, okay? So just like you can see Don up top, my guy right underneath me, Coach Sheed, is at Pro Edge with some really good guys I know over there that's doing O-line, D-line, linebackers, DBs, receivers, quarterbacks. They doing all kinds of training in there, and they doing physical improvement in there as well. Youth training as well, right? I think it's still youth training too.
Yep.
So It's a lot of good things that you see out of that world. Anybody want to tap into it? Again, that's Coach Sheed. You can tap into Pro Edge. They do. Make sure you book your appointment early. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a price to pay, y'all. I probably shouldn't have done that, Jim, but I gotta give it to you because my kids killed me on it when I didn't do it. So just make sure y'all register for them classes ahead of time. And it's great work there. Again, I'm not telling y'all that I don't agree with things, and I got people around me that do things. There's great 7-on-7 organizations out here, and there's some bullshit. There are great trainers around here, and there's some bullshit. Again, this ain't the place where everybody got it. No, they don't. But I always tell people, find out the track records. You can see it. It's a blueprint on God's social media on what they can do for you if they, if you pay attention. But again, on this side of me, you see my guy, Mr. Akil, man, he got it going with the 4QE. Like he told you, I remember when this was just porch talk, and now this thing is kicking out into some real phenomenal work. He has some really good guys that's down there with him, that's coaching alongside him, that's doing, giving you really great knowledge and great information. And it's not just 7-on-7 to win 7-on-7s on there. It's 7-on-7s to build you, help you grow in the game of football, and help you grow as a man. All, trust me, all down there, right there, 4QE Elite. And there's some other good brothers, like I said, that's around. If you want the information, I can give it to you, but may not cost you a little, may not cost you a lot. It's going to cost you something. You already know. But again, I'm going to sign off. That was me. I'm going to give everybody else the floor. Even though I've been drop the gems on all of y'all. So, Kill, you go first, and Sheed, you go, and Brandon, you go, and I think I'm already done.
That's great.
Nah, man. Appreciate the platform. Just 10 years ago, I was in high school, right? And there wasn't a lot of access to information, not a lot of access to, places you can go. I had a single mom. And there just wasn't it was hard, a lot harder to find this information. Not a lot of platforms, not a lot of none of that stuff. And so I love what you're doing, and the information is out there, fellas. And there's no excuse. Y'all don't have any excuse. Y'all use social media for everything else. You use it to better yourself. You got great people around you, especially if you're listening to this. So, Fourth Quarter Elite, we out here. What no more? Hit us up.
For QE, there it was. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The first time they ever seen it thrown up. You already know. Yo, stop, B. Stop.
That's crazy, yo.
You the engineer on the boss, though.
This a youth show and shit like this.
Oh, it's a youth show and shit. Okay.
And shit.
Right? It's a youth show and shit. But go ahead, see. Talk. We got the MVP. Look. Hey, Kill, they always crash in the show. Where is one? I'm going to start charging extra, bro.
Peace out, buddy. Peace out.
The arm hurts right here.
I don't care about that. Get out of here.
He said no school, no bedtime.
Yeah, he tripping. But yeah, just Coach Sheed, man. Again, we just not trying to pay now. Just want to give guys information, parents as well. So this is a great show. I appreciate Don B for always having me on. To let me express myself and help out people with this information, because that's the key. Again, just one thing, man, just have game. Guidance above emotions, right? That's it, right? It's easy for us to be emotional about people's opinions and topics and things of that nature, but if you have the right guidance, it'll help you control your emotions, especially y'all young boys, all right? So we can't be emotional thinkers. We can't be emotional decision makers. We got to think with logic. That is for the other species. And I don't want to get into all that, but
nope.
All right. So just again, guidance above my emotions. And then you become, this type of stuff.
There you go. Oh,
y'all thought I was going to go the whole show without it? Oh, yeah.
Hey, listen. I said before you got on the show, check it out. Didn't I say this, Kill? I said, listen, look, I said, I got some good guests on the show. You weren't even here yet. I said, she's going to pull up in his fashionably late time. He's probably going to have a billboard behind him that say champions, or going to be flossing the ring. I said that. I already know how you coming, dog. Like chill. Like we see the rings. Like
you gotta be consistent, man. I gotta be consistent.
Gotta be consistent as well. Listen, consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. B, go ahead, man. Talk about Sam Sports. Talk about the shows coming up, and talk about DM recruiting.
Listen, I'm just happy to be a part of this great show.
Why you got me that close?
Because they could keep moving and shit. I wanted to make sure they could see me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I'm just happy to be a part of this great show. All right. I'm happy that DM allowed me to, give him insight. You know what I mean? Coach Shee, not trying to make you be the bad guy. Y'all see Daniel ain't here this week because he on vacation and shit. So he gets a break. But everybody don't get a break. So
I know you usually firing us, but okay.
No, sir. I ain't fired nobody, sir. I haven't officially fired you. I said you're going to be fired. I haven't officially fired you.
Oh, okay. Okay.
There's a difference. But it's a network, man. Listen, man, we host all kind of shows. If you go back in our archives, you can see we had a show about poly relationships. We had a show about why people believe in God but don't trust the church. We done had shows about football. People got really ready to fight. We done had a show about how to finance your money. And then people popped up in the comments and said, yo, you owe us some money. You talking about how to finance your money and whatnot. We done had all kind of shows. Okay, so listen, we host shows. All right, You got a show, talk to me. We're going to find a slot. You ain't going to take one of our slots already set. All right, you got to find you a slot. You can get you a show. You can do once a month, once a week. Let me know what you want to do. This is a network, all right? Eric, it's not what you can do for the network. It's what the network can do for you.
Nah, my man, Big B, Sam Sports in the building, multimedia that's got this thing looking good. Again, fellas, y'all already know I deeply appreciate y'all because I know without y'all, like I said, this show would just be me up here rambling and, the gospel according to Don. And, sometimes people ain't really beat for that. But when they can hear other opinions that come out and we understand, like you said, she's not painting one narrative only, but giving people everything. Let them pick out what you want. Red pill or the blue pill and go from there, right? So that's kind of how this rolls. But they got me for 3 hours. It normally don't happen, but I was happy to do it today. You know what I'm saying? And everybody I'm probably gonna do in the next show. Probably gonna be in the new year. So happy New Year to everybody. If I don't talk to y'all prior to that, you know what I'm saying? But again, thank y'all for tuning in to the Coach's Corner. I appreciate y'all. Like, subscribe, share, tell a friend, jump on board. It's tons of great knowledge and great information coming out of here. And that's it. 1.